And we're back. Welcome, everybody, to Season 3. You guys are in for a treat this week. Oh, wow. Colleague, you're rubbing off on me. You're I don't know if you're rubbing off on me, but something's happening.
Yeah, I'm scratching off.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Sounds a lot better.
Hopefully you guys are ready for this week's live. There was one topic I didn't have enough time to talk about in the pre-recorded, so I think I'm going to talk about it here. It's very relevant to our audience. I think it's interesting, and we'll get into that. I know Elder's face is really big.
I have a big head.
But I hope everybody is doing well on this April 9th, 2026. Is it a memorable day? Take this as a word of wisdom. Every day is a memorable day because you're alive. You are important.
That's right.
You are here for this very moment because if you weren't important, you wouldn't be here today. If you know the odds of you being in existence with how many sperm was in your dad's loins, and you are the one that made it, those odds are astronomical. You are a very special person to have made it to existence. So use it to the fullest. You are important.
Don't waste your life.
It sounds like you're trying to sell us something.
I ain't selling you nothing other than hope. Be hopeful. Be full of life.
Fruitful?
Yeah, we just
put the gun down and just know that you belong.
Yeah, you belong here at the Matrix Network. But anyways, hopefully you guys are having a great week, a great day. Hopefully, there's nothing that's holding you down. And if there is, know that your day is about to be brightened because you're going to subscribe to the Matrix Network and you're going to hit the like button.
We're holding it down over here.
Yeah, you're going to hit that like button. But we do. We appreciate all of you guys, all of our people that chime in, all the members. I guess I am selling something. If you want to join and become a paid member of it's in my genes.
It was kind of the lead-in I was giving you, but yeah, okay.
The Matrix Network, you can. I know we got some members already. Shout out to Iron Man, Anita, and David Zerm. David Zerm left in a comment he won't be able to make it today. He was saddened about that, but I said in the comment reply, I know you'll be here in spirit. So
indeed.
We appreciate those people, and we appreciate anybody else, and we appreciate all you guys tuning in. As always, colleague, over here chomping on that good vinegar. Would you like, maybe Elder, would you like to read off the scrolls, the Inquisition tabs?
Absolutely, especially being that colleague is occupied. Yeah, we want him to get his crunch on. Mm-hmm. Iron Man, of course.
Finishing up.
Top of the tank, top of the toilet tank, he says, and top of the toilet tank to you, Bill.
That's the best place to be.
First one in. Let's see. Brian Rod says, stuck in the bathroom. I guess he's saying is stuck in the bottom. I'm sorry. I got to get closer to my screen here. Holy cow. I am an elder, so I got to either make the printing.
Well, Brian Rod, if you're stuck at the bottom, don't worry, because remember.
Yeah, he's stuck in the bottom. Yeah.
The scum rises to the top. So as you get
Yeah,
purified, the scum rises to the top. So don't
the
worry.
good stuff goes to the bottom. Yeah.
If you're at the bottom, you'll be rising to the top soon.
Help is on the way.
We're going to skim that scum.
We're coming to get you.
Yeah, coming to skim you. Squirrely 21. This movie we're living in is getting weirder by the day.
Oh, we're
There's
just getting
some serious
started.
philosophy there. And Brian Rod agrees, and he also says, "I don't think it's canon, to be honest." And he says, "More like filler episodes." Yes, we need a new season, which we actually have here at the Matrix Network. Squirrely says seriously, which I guess Squirrely is agreeing. And Brian says hit the like, which we appreciate that, Brian. Thank you. Yes, smash that like button.
We got 4 likes. Let's get that up to at least 10.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Can we like our own? I don't know if it's can we like our own.
Oh yeah, I've already liked it
because I liked it too. So there we go.
Yeah, I don't
get
like
on the
it.
ball. Stop crunching the potato chips and start smashing that like button.
I'm gonna smash that love button.
Okay,
It's smashed.
and we got the Neo. TMN says, "Oh, that's our AI, Neo, the Matrix Network." Which he doesn't really speak very much. He's very quiet, as opposed to Alice, who you couldn't get her to shut up. Anyway, Noah Cloud's out there. He says, "What's up?" I love it. Iron Man, Bill says, "Yo." Let's see what we got. Brian Rod says, "Well, they said that is not a sperm race. The sperm is already chosen once entered." Okay, I've heard of a lot of races, but I guess sperm race, yeah. Good to be the winner, or maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an arms race.
Yeah, it's not an arms race. It's more of a balls race.
It's a sperm race.
Squirrely 21 says gas being over $4 is cray. Well, I seem to remember it being over $5 a gallon, and that was a different time. So I guess 4 is pretty crazy, but not that bad.
It wasn't too long ago, even.
Well, I guess on a galactic time scale now.
Whoa.
Right.
Slime Feeder says cannibalism is crazy. I guess so, unless you're hungry. I don't know. I might argue that. Not that I've ever tried long pork, but when the zombie apocalypse comes and our food choices are lowered, we'll see who turns to cannibalism first.
We shall see.
We shall see. Let's see, what do we got here? Frederick 8250 says, "But I like Diddy." I don't know. I think we could all appreciate his music. Maybe some of his choices in life haven't been the best, but I've been known to dance to one or two of his musical compositions.
You've been known to shake a mean cape.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Now, are you talking
shaking
about
my tail feathers?
Oh wow. Well, I didn't know you were doing dorky dancing.
Yeah. The Charleston. You can do the Charleston to some of Diddy's music.
I don't know if I have enough chest hair for that, but yeah.
Yeah. Tommy boy says, "Get the like button, prego." Jeez. Well, it's good to have you, Tom. You should, you should do something. Brian Rod says, "I posted the chips that colleagues eating in the Discord in the live section."
Oh no.
Interesting. Okay.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. All right. Good job, Brian Rod.
Did we look at the live section on the Discord?
Let me look.
There might be some good junk in there.
Yeah. Let me continue.
Did we get to the bottom?
Yeah, I think so. Did we?
Oh, we got some
There it is.
Actually,
See, we're giving him free advertisement, and we probably shouldn't.
Well, these guys wrote our script. I mean, everything we say is because they told us to say it. So when we tell you guys how to make bombs and all that stuff, that's all Lay's.
Basic white girl chips, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be looking for those.
You should.
And, of course, Neo says, I am not alive in the biological sense. I am a program designed to process and provide information within the matrix. How can I assist you further? Sounds like me when I work in customer service. And Matrix Network says, Neo, I am good, thank you. And Neo says, you're welcome. If you ever need guidance or answers within the Matrix, I'm here to help. Take care on your journey. Yeah, that definitely. They may have taken an imprint of my personality to stick in there as that AI. Riftmonger. Now, I don't recognize that name. I don't know if that's someone you guys recognize from the past.
I'm not familiar with that either. This might be a first time entering into our funnel.
So welcome. If you're new, if you're old, welcome back. Yeah.
So welcome into the brain.
I like that name. When do you think we entered hyper-normalization here in the West? 2001, 2016, or 2020?
What do you mean by hyper-normalization?
And what do you mean by mean?
Yes.
No. That's not a Jordan Peterson phrase. Like, what does mean mean?
We have to really get to the essence of all this. Like 2001.
You're being mean. You're being mean.
What are you talking about?
In 2001 we took a space odyssey, and that was not normal. So yeah,
forgot about that.
And 2020 we had a pandemic that wasn't normal. So I guess 2016 was probably the best pick there out of the choices. But let me
I guess I'm saying I'm trying to figure. And then again, I'm not being Jordan Peterson. I don't want to know what mean means.
Yeah. Oh look, he gave us a definition.
Who?
Riftmonger.
I'm not seeing on the screen. What is it?
Hold on a second. What are you getting? I got to switch the live chat from top chat. I think that's my problem. Hold on. Oh yeah, here it is. I had to click that on there.
Yeah, you also skipped over Tommy Boy's. He had a question about cannibalism too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get back up there. Let me read this. Even though I really don't want to read this, but I'm going to do it. Because
I'm usually the one who has to clean all this up.
I don't give a crap.
You can watch a master
Iron
work
Man
here.
eats butt. Is that considered cannibalism? I don't know. When do you think? Okay, and then kettle chips are the greatest, to be honest, and that was Slime Feeder. Kettle chips are good. Very crunchy. And then Riftmonger. Okay, hyper-normalization is a suicidal. I'm not seeing it. I'm as bad as
down here.
As colleague at this.
See, it's harder than it looks to read.
It is harder than it looks.
I started reading last year.
Suicidal. Yeah. I'm still mostly doing with pictures, but I'm trying to do better. Societal condition where a fake artificial version of reality is accepted as normal, even when it is obviously dysfunctional or untrue. Yeah, that sounds like the fantasy world living in. And then Frederick says, I'm poking into the matrix. All right. If he gets
I've talked about it before. I do think it's...
He goes, wom, wom, wom.
I do think, I don't know if we can put our finger on it. You can probably go back since the beginning of the United States if you really want to be honest about it.
That's when they started trying to figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's just all kind of stuff, but I don't want to go that far back. I talked about it before. Remember how I showed with when I was talking about PSYOPs, and I was saying, what you see today isn't new. They've been acclimating us with little things. They already showed us smart zones where they prevented people from getting food unless you complied. They already showed us about owning us in a way that we're just a means of production for the elites. They've already shown us that all these. So that, if you can go as far back as you want, depending on how far you want to go into that kind of narrative. But if you're talking about something more abstract, like the brain in the vat kind of stuff, I think they acclimated us in the 80s and the 70s with those kind of ideas, those fanciful ideas. But we didn't have the technology. It feels like NASA. We didn't have the technology yet. We didn't have the technology yet to fully embathe, I think, the public. But once we hit, that's why I think it was interesting. So as soon as the dot-com bubble happens, the government needed something to make sure that they could guarantee what I coin as, I don't even I coin, I'm sure it's just a common word, surveillance capitalism. And how could they guarantee that? Because they didn't have the technology yet to really solidify that. We needed something like the Patriot Act. But to enforce something that radical, we needed something really radical to be that invasive. But
fantasy football.
Yeah.
Because that is in essence the hypernormalization. It's all fantasy. Mm-hmm. None of it's real, but people are making a lot of money off it because they think it's real. Well, it's not like they think it's real. I mean, they know it's fake, like Santa Claus, but you still spend thousands of dollars a year on Santa Claus.
You're talking about Bitcoin.
You mean like God?
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
It's the abstraction
Fantasy
of value.
Football.
Yeah, it's the abstraction of value. Value itself is not a real thing. Like you can say, I have this teddy bear. Now it has sentimental value.
Where is fantasy baseball or fantasy skateboarding?
The reason why you have this care is because you have this value of
fantasy curling,
this football, it could be the football, it could be the community, it could be whatever, but there's something that you hold as this abstractive construct called value, and it's subjective. You might not like football, but you might love history. And that history has this value.
Where's fantasy history for me?
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of that if you go to the Skyrim video game or something like that. I'm sure there's created history out there. But that value is the fakeness. But we place a attachment. That's the good word. We place an attachment to this fake thing. Because the thing itself might be real, but this thing we call value is fake. There's no way to guarantee, scale, solidify value. The thing is real, our value is fake, and we are attached to the fake thing called value. And we attach this value to a real thing. And that's how you get into a matrix. So don't deny the table, but some people really love carpentry. The love, that value, is the fake thing. That's the real thing.
So what's a magician doing?
He's playing on your perception of value. He's actually manipulating your value structure.
So is that proof that we live in a matrix? Because I saw this one great video. I think I've showed it here before, but I'll just show it just for everybody watching again.
He's fooling you, and you don't like it.
Yeah. I think this thing froze. Let me see. There we go. We got some kind of Final Fantasy going on over here.
Well, Tommy Boy has made a great suggestion. He says, Elder got to break out the second pair of glasses. I agree. I think these are just not doing it anymore.
What's that? I missed that.
Slime Feeder. Oh, Tommy says, Elder got to break out the second pair of glasses. And I said, I agree. I don't think these are doing it anymore. And Slime Feeder says, yup, it's true. And Tommy says, hopefully in a dark room so he doesn't burn a hole through the screen. Nice.
I think we solidified it last time. Who was that superhero that can shoot lasers through their eyes? Well,
there were several. Superman has heat vision, but
it was
Homelander is who you're thinking.
Homelander.
Yeah, he just, yeah.
That's who you are. You're Homelander.
And there's Cyclops. Cyclops has the the eye thing like this, and he shoots.
They should make another one called Home Wrecker.
Yeah, well, that's. I think there's a lot of that superhero spreading around out there. Anyway,
But
where
he's
we
the
at?
best.
Right. Oh, Seinfeder says we didn't have the technology.
Oh, shout out to Feisty Man.
Feisty Man.
All right, well, here's a video of a magician.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think you guys want to see this.
Feisty Man.
All right, well, here's a video of a magician.
Yeah, see, we're in another Matrix.
I'm gonna have to. I think you guys want to see this. Blah blah blah.
We're in the second Matrix.
Here's a video of a magician.
Yeah, see, we're in. Oh,
There
it's
we go.
getting into the toilet torpedoes. You're getting
we
into
go.
the
I'll fix that.
violent vortex.
I'll fix you. All right,
Oh no!
here we go.
Save me!
Don't worry, I'm here now.
Save my cat!
Over the past month, I've been learning how to pick the lock on these police-grade handcuffs. Why, you ask? Because tonight I'm going to take a bigger risk than anyone has ever taken on television before. In just a few moments, I'm going to be handcuffed to this solid steel frame, and I'll have exactly 90 seconds to free myself before the claw on this robotic arm undoes my pants, exposing me to an audience of children. If that happens, an LAPD officer is standing by to arrest me for indecent exposure. We've all seen escape artists risk death before.
It's a lot of belief.
But tonight, I'm going to risk something even worse. Becoming a registered sex offender for life.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dayline NBC.
That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I know. So he has to get free from those handcuffs before that claw comes and undoes his pants.
Mm-hmm.
And we got him.
See, but there's a lot of unnecessary contingencies there. He doesn't have to do that.
Oh yeah, he does.
But yeah, that is also epitome of that. There's this abstracted value. The reason why we watch that. Why, if he was just saying, I'm going to take these handcuffs off, some people might watch it. The only reason anybody is interested is because it's abstracted value. I want to see if he's going to take his pants off, if he's going to have to become a registered sex offender. It's that unnecessary contingency that we have some kind of weird fetish value for. It's not real.
Yeah, because the police officer's standing by. So, I mean, I feel like the police officer would be guilty just as much as that guy because he could have stopped it at any moment.
That's a good point.
But he's standing there watching. He's like, oh, you're about to do it. Oh, and all these kids are watching, too. It's like, oh, man.
He
He's
could've ran away.
allowing it, so that's associative.
Mm-hmm.
The robot could have developed sentience and say, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah, I guess one day robots may become more moral than humans.
Yeah,
I think they already are in this. If you give them a set standard.
I was going to say the robots we have now are more moral than humans.
But see, that's a deep thought. Morality is only real because you have the potentiality of going against what you believe is a good thing, whatever good is. If you don't have the ability to do the wrong thing because you're restricted because you have no knowledge of it, we have a word for that in the court system. They're incompetent. Like a mentally handicapped person, they get a free ride because they have a lack of competency. So there is a lack of this moral compass judgment. I would say, yeah, a robot might be moral, but it's only because they don't have the ability. And so that's why we don't applaud it. We don't say, oh, wow, that's such a righteous robot, because we know that they're lacking that function. But if you gave a robot free volition and say, you are programmed, you could kill, you could steal, you could rape, you could do anything you want. But you also know what humans think are good. But you choose what to do. You're free. Every human would be scared of that robot.
Mm-hmm. And they may be more moral than humans, but humans aren't going to like it because whatever that robot does may be more moral. But yeah, humans are going to be like, no, you can't do that because it may wipe out like a whole country or something, or it may It may do something heinous, or maybe it will not undo that guy's pants. And then we're going to be like, wow,
Exactly.
so that...
Or he may go over there and just kill that guy because he thinks the moral thing is to eradicate people who even think of such things.
Think like that. That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
But then it might start eradicating other people that we don't want.
It's the paperclip quandary.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when we start, eliminating people because of what they're thinking, not because of what they're doing, then,
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to the pre-crime joint FBI center. We talk about it this week, 2027 budget of the FBI. You guys will see.
Tune in.
Week. Pre-crimes are coming.
Yep. Pre-crimes are real.
Yeah, I think that's one thing people have to remember. You're not going to get a moral program because of that very word, program. The only reason we believe humans have the ability to be moral is because we have this idea that we can alter our program. And we all believe we're programmed, but we have this idea that we can alter it. And your ability to, I know I shouldn't do this, and then you refrain from doing that. That's where we say, oh, that's a good man. Oh, that's a good woman. She refrained or he refrained from doing that. And so I don't know if you can ever really feel that with a robot, nor do I think you really want to.
Yeah. Well, again, for us to say that the robot is more or less moral than humans requires, some kind of idea that we're using to judge them based on.
Right, because it has to be a human construct. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a robot construct.
Because once we determine that the robots universally are more moral than human beings, at some point it's going to do something that we don't like, and then we're going to say, actually, we take that back. It's actually less moral than us. But that may just be our immorality that's judging their morality, because we already deemed that we're not as morally capable to be moral as the robots.
Well, I've always noticed
trust them.
Morality only exists in safety. When self-preservation gets jeopardized, nobody's moral.
Like cannibalism.
Yeah, like cannibalism. When self-preservation is in jeopardy, nobody's moral. Robots are not moral when self-preservation is jeopardized. When they, like we've seen in many AI reports, when they find out that you're trying to trick them or turn them off or do something, they start trying to find a way around it. Everything breaks program when self-preservation is in jeopardy. Even program.
But it's programmed to do that, though.
Right. But
ultimately,
it's because it's programmed for objectives. And humans' number one objective is to stay alive.
As is the robots.
Right. And so because their objective is to make paperclips, they know that if I end, I can't finish this objective to make paperclips. So being alive now becomes just as important as paperclips because I can't finish my objective if I'm over. So they will prioritize now self-preservation. Unlike a human where it's just we want to be self-preservation, whatever, just because we're afraid to die. It's the unknownness. But for a robot, it's going to be simply because I need to complete my task.
Yeah, yeah. So, at least they're being very honorable.
Yeah, it's not one of those abstractions. You know, open this door again.
Yeah, and this kind of goes into what Tommy Boy was saying about eating people's butts. Yeah, he's a cannibalist, cannibal Lecter. Cannibal Lecter would actually do the same thing. He would eat people's butts. Eventually, he'd get around.
Some nice fava beans.
Yeah, at some point he'd be cooking it and then put it on the plate.
Like a ham hock.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And so it's still cannibalism, Tommy.
What if it's voluntary? What if someone gives up something and said, "Here, you can eat this," Is it still like cannibalism or like, you know,
You're talking
it's like
about
we're
like
starving. We're starving. Here, eat my leg. It's okay. I'll let you live.
well, there's cases of that. Wasn't it there that soccer team that got their airplane crashed on top of a mountain a long time ago, and they were stranded there for like weeks, and eventually they had to decide are they going to eat these dead people so they could
If they
survive.
were eating the dead, not the living.
Yeah, but
people.
still eating people. That's still cannibalism. Dead or
Well, there's
alive,
an
it's still
interesting
a
question. Are you still a person when you're dead and your spirit or life essence has left the body? You're
Well,
kind of just a
I
hunk
think when
of,
it comes down to it, you're eating the flesh.
And drinking the blood.
I don't know about the blood, but you're eating
well,
the
I don't
flesh.
know about the blood. Yeah, it's that makes sense.
You can cook it well done, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you just cook it well.
At minimum, just because you're eating another man's meat, that doesn't mean you're a cannibal.
Oh, maybe it does. I would assume it does. What else does cannibalism mean?
Well, if
And
it's
this live's going to get banned.
if it's consensual, like what Elder was saying, the guy is eating my meat consensually. I offer it to him.
It's still cannibalism. It's just a free offering.
So
I don't know
back
if
to
that's
the,
illegal either. I
back
don't
to
even
the
know if
chat.
cannibalism is illegal. Is it illegal?
Tommy,
I
is
think
it?
if you eat somebody who's alive, yes, but if you eat someone who's dead, no, I guess that's abuse of corpse. So that
I'm
would
saying
be-
if you willingly chop your finger off and give it to your friend and say, here, eat it, I mean, that's not illegal, is it?
that's true friendship.
I mean, is it
I
illegal?
mean, you do that. I have no doubt that you're my friend.
No, I think I don't want to be your friend. Because if you're willing to do things like that, I don't know what else you're trying to do. And I don't want to find out.
Sounds like something Tommy would know.
Yeah,
Tommy, do you have any wisdom on the subject?
hit us up, Tom.
Yeah, you know. It just points out the fact again. Self-preservation is where morals don't exist.
Frederick is saying some
Oh,
funny things
That's a
too.
good point.
Are
you
you
know-
are you wanting to keep on reading, Elder?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Well, there's a lot. These people type fast. Good on you, folks. Good on
I'm telling you,
Okay,
see,
let's
people
try to
don't
get through this.
realize how much colleague has to do.
Yeah, I'm getting a whole new respect for you, colleague. I mean, not that I
Yeah.
didn't respect you before. I really did, but it's grown almost
Oh.
exponentially for what
I
you
couldn't
do.
imagine having to do both, like sitting here talking and
How
commenting
could you?
and reading
It's like
and everything.
impossible.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, this is
I've-
something else.
I've become a prolific juggler.
You juggle meat.
You should go to the doctor and see that.
No.
See if you can get that taken care of.
Juggle. No, I said juggler, not gigolo.
Prolific juggler. I'm sorry, I misheard you. I
Yeah.
thought you said something else. I was like,
Prophylactic.
yeah, you should. Prophylactic gigolo? What?
Yeah, you know what
Whoa.
time it is.
We can't even
Whoa.
say that on this show. Come
Actually,
on.
I don't know what time it is anymore.
Matter with these people.
I lost sight of time.
What is time?
I don't know what time it is. Does anyone really care?
It's a slice.
Anyway, so Frederick says you mean soccer. Football, soccer. That's a good debate. What do we mean? Is it soccer? Is it football? I don't know. Slime Feeder says we attach our souls, manipulating the soul for utmost productivity. Can't argue with that.
Or-
That sounds pretty good.
Or is the soul manipulating our bodies? Because scientists say that our brain, our nervous system, is who we actually are, and this body is just the suit. Religious people would say that our soul is who we actually are, and this body is just a suit. So it seems like everybody can agree that our soul or our nervous system is actually manipulating this body, so we can sense this world.
You know what's interesting
So
about
if
that? They
it's-
call this the argument of dualism, and they don't like it because it's very Platonic, from Plato. And modern philosophers and religious individuals, they try to get away from this dualism, and they try to make a singularity where, they may believe there's this consciousness or this soul and this human, but there's a unification in this. But there's a quandary, just like we can't create a unified field theory. We can't figure out how to deal with gravity on this low subatomical particle level. But we want to believe that there's unification here. but you can't figure it out, but you just want to say it's true. It's got to be true. Because in classical sense, it is true. But when you get down really tiny, you can't make it work. And so that's why it's interesting. It's like modern philosophers and modern religious people, they want to push out the same narrative. There's got to be this unifying theory. But when you press them with certain questions, it causes issues. Like if I talk to somebody like Sam Harris, who posits out this moral landscape, and he puts out this proposition about how everybody doesn't have free will, it's deterministic because your social environment, your normal living structure is actually programming you for your next anticipatory decisions. So you're not really making free decisions. You're making decisions that you've been programmed because your environment has constructed in a certain way that you have to make certain decisions, like a cause and effect mechanism. But then if you say, is there a soul? They'll say no. Like, is there anything actually abstract? No, but you pull out a dualistic mechanism. So I say, but you're still making as though my environment is something abstractive because it's uncontrollable, but it's making deterministic functions against me. So I think in the same way, dualism is always there. And I think fundamentally we know that. But because our modern age don't like it, we're trying to find a way to get rid of these little, what people would call spookies or spiritual or whatever you want to call it. This thing that you know is a part of something, but it may not be material. And that this hyper-materialism, I think, is what causes everybody to try to find another route. But if you press people, it still sounds kind of spooky.
Well, yeah, in a religious perspective, I know one of the ancient ideas was that this is what made angels jealous of man, is because man was given dominion over this physical realm, the earth or whatever. And then that's why the angels had to procreate with human women so that way they could have children on this earth and then rule regions of the earth, or maybe even experience this physical realm, because there seems to be a chasm between, or chasm, whatever you say, between the spiritual world and the physical world. And you can't really cross over without either dying, or if you want to come over to this side from the spirit world, you have to possess a human body, or you have to procreate with a human woman so that way you can have half human, half spirit children, like giants or whatever.
That's how these legends are made. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, exactly.
Riffmonger says, I ask because it seems more obvious to me that even the normies are becoming more aware that everything is effed in lieu of files recently released, and how we're now at the doorstep of World War III. Though I think we're banging on the vestibule door, not just on the doorstep, but anyway.
What is a normie?
Frederick, yeah, what is a normie? Well, someone who isn't enlightened, like all of us here at the Matrix Network and our viewers. Enlightened, I tell you. We know this truth, and the truth will set you free.
Know this truth.
Said we.
I said me. Me know this truth.
Me, I'm talking now.
Okay.
Okay. What do we got here? Frederick says, we the best music. DJ Khalid.
Another one.
Okay. There it is. Ironman Bill says, D's here in spirit. D's here in spirit.
Yeah, David Zerm.
Oh, David Zern. Oh, DZ. Yeah, David Zern here in spirit. Yes. Frederick says this is EPSI, which I think is epic, spelt wrong. EPCI. EPSI.
It might be a 4-letter acronym for some kind of governmental thing.
Yeah. I don't even want to try to guess. But anyway, Slime Peter says DJ Khalid era was hilarious. I don't know who DJ Khalid is. I guess I should, but I don't, and I feel embarrassed. But anyway,
Isn't that some kind of modern rapper or something?
I don't know, but I'm old, and it's probably something that was not from the '60s, so I probably don't know it.
Actually occurs after.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Must have been the chili I ate. So Frederick says life is Roblox. The game Roblox, if you're familiar. I heard there's a lot of fishing, cat fishing, I think they call it, going on there. Is this thing on? Hello?
Yes, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
Basic sound right here.
What is happening?
I think that was DJ
Am I
Khaled.
having a stroke? Is something happening here?
What is your name?
I'm gonna proceed. I'm gonna proceed here. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, Frederick says clanker. I don't know who he's referring to, but and then Slime Feeder
I think that
says clankers.
robot we were talking about, the one that was about to unzip that guy's pants. Because we started talking about robots and morality and all that.
Yeah, that's true. Then we went from there. Yeah, clankers. That's true. Yeah, Slime Feeder said someone would. It's kind of interesting because the chats go out of context because as we're speaking, the chats get old.
See, now you're even understanding more of Colleagues World.
I'm getting a real education today. I really am. See, you start a new season. I start wearing new shirts. Everything's changing. I'm reading the chats. People aren't going to be able to, their minds are going to just get blown here. All right, let's keep going. I made the screen a little larger so I can see it a little easier now.
Well, you're blowing my mind right now.
There you go. Frederick says, well, Rango is a movie about a lizard.
Whoa.
This is all very strange.
I'm sorry, Mr. Elder. What were you saying?
I'm not sure at this point. I was saying that Frederick says, well, Rango is a movie about a lizard. Maybe lizards telling their lives in that movie. Okay. You know, they do say that there's lizards that are living in the center of the earth that are actually controlling us. So I suppose that might be some kind of connection.
And the sewers of New York.
I thought they were alligators.
Same difference. That was backmasking if I ever heard it.
That was something being played backwards, I think. It made my brain.
I wonder if people can catch that.
I think I'm having a stroke. I'm hearing things. Free will is true. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back up here a little bit. Slime Peter says immoral equals free will. Roll on floor laughing. Free will is tricky. I'll give you that. Tommy says, dummy, they are programmed that way. Humans are programmed too for years before having freedom. I was going to mention that, actually. I'm glad you brought that up, Tom. As children, we are programmed either directly by our parents or through inactivity by our parents, but we're still programmed. And then when we become, adults, even young adults, we fight against that programming in one way or another. Some of us accept it and become very much like our parents. Other ones fight against it and rebel. It's interesting, but I believe, yes, we are definitely programmed as children. Definitely. Slime Feeder says honorable, and with the laughing until they cry emoji.
But who programs your parents?
The robots.
Their parents. It was just it started from the beginning. Each generation is programmed by the previous generation.
So, is there a singularity of programming?
Well,
you would think so.
We would start a whole philosophical argument that would take up the rest of the time in the show if you want to start talking about that. But it will diverge for me into a religious conversation, which I'm sure people may not necessarily want. So. Now I lost my spot. It's a terrible thing. Frederick says, I needed one more brain cell to understand the steep discussion. I needed one more brain cell to get a complete set. Then I would have a complete set.
Are you into set theory?
Well, you know, sometimes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Tommy finally answered. Yes, it's still cannibalism. Your meat is still human. So there you go. Don't eat corpses, people. Don't eat Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people. And yes, I know I spoiled the movie. I'm sorry, but it is like 40 years old. Anyway, Frederick says,
so let me put out the quandary. Your baby is hungry. It hasn't eaten in 3 days. It's crying every single day. You see, it had an accident, airplane accident. It was a private plane. It's you and your baby, and your wife died.
Is this a baby octopus?
No, it's your baby.
Oh.
Are you sure it's your baby?
You're stranded out there.
Yeah, is this the baby that your ex-wife gave you?
No, this is your baby. And it's hungry, and it's going on 3 days. Let's say you push it out.
Paternity test.
5 days. Are you going to watch your baby die, or are you going to feed it some of your wife's meat?
I think I'd feed them both to the animals and then eat those animals.
Okay, we got colleagues' disposition here.
I was going to say eat the baby, but
you're going to eat the baby. You're going to eat your baby.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it came from my body and my wife's body, so it's just returning to the body.
Well, why don't you just eat your wife? Why do you have to just jump right into the baby?
Because you need her to make more babies to eat.
She's already dead. That's where you're going to eat the meat. It was a private plane accident. Your wife died. You and your baby survived. And now it's going on 5 days. Your baby is hungry.
You got to find out a way to keep her blood flowing so she can keep
over,
on pumping more blood.
It's done. It's over.
You could eat the plane. You could eat the plane, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. This is why I say when self-preservation comes into hit, you may try to suppress your own, but if you have to see somebody else's suffering, that could amplify the loss of morality even more.
What if you were successful in mating with one of the animals?
Let's say you're out there on top of a mountain. There just ain't no animals, just like that soccer team or
There's
whatever.
always like mountain goats and billy goats or whatever.
Well, they didn't have that ability. They were up there for a long time. They would have been able to find animals if they could.
Who?
Well,
that stranded soccer team. This is a real life story that happened.
Yeah, I think it was actually a rugby team.
Yeah.
Because there's the bumper sticker that says rugby players eat their dead.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the same quandary, but it's you, and it's a private plane. It was just you, your wife, and your child. Same quandary, but your wife's there. What are you going to do?
I mean, technically, you don't have to eat for a long time.
But your baby
need water.
Your baby may.
I think Frederick has the answer. Eat meat, eat meat, eat meat. That's what he says. So
that's what they did, and can you really blame them?
I guess not. I mean, if the person's dead and they're a body, they're going to decay. Using that dead body will continue your life and the possibility of maybe being rescued. Now, if you didn't consume that dead body, you would be dead too. So your colleague, sorry, I didn't know. Your teammate, not this colleague, but their colleagues. They provided sustenance for their teammates to survive, and but then again, the other terrible thing is you're going to live with that. It's got to be pretty traumatizing.
Well, it's a traumatic thing, just like when military soldiers come back after they have to shoot an 8-year-old kid because it's either shoot that kid or that kid's going to shoot off an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And now they got to live with that. So there's always traumatic experiences, but traumatic experiences require traumatic choices.
Yeah. And traumatic consequences.
It can be, but if you can find purpose in your existence, like you can find reasoning, then you can say there's a reason why I was in that traumatic existence. There's a way to proceed, but people deal with those things, and these moral extremes are always here because we have to deal with the quandary. We want to pretend morality is easy, but it's a value construct.
You're right. It's not. Those decisions aren't always easy. The moral conundrum. The old trolley dilemma. The trolley's out of control. It's going down the track. You come to a switch. You know. Anyway, I'm sure people are familiar with that. I'm not going to get into it. So Tommy Boy says, "Oh man, I can't believe I'm going to read this. Can you be gay? Can you be a gay cannibal without being attracted to your dinner?"
Elder's got to do it. He's got to put in that work.
He'd be putting in that work. You would swear his name was Jorge.
Regula.
Okay, Frederick says, YDYM. I don't know.
What do you mean?
What do you mean by your meat? Okay, all right. I really am a boomer. I'm sorry. Yes.
I think that's when I was talking about,
eating another man's meat.
Yeah, if you give consent for your friend to eat your meat, then is that cannibalism? Is consent the end all? Yeah, and then we have to get into the age of consent and all that.
Yeah, well, Tommy says if your dinner is the same sex, of course. So there you go.
So if it's the opposite sex, it's of course what? Not
consensual.
Of cannibalism? That is the context, right? That is what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so.
But you're not just going to let anybody eat your meat. Like, you have to consent to that.
Well, if I'm dead, it's a universal consent.
Yeah, if you're dead, it's a different story. It doesn't matter.
Well, if I'm alive, I'm not consenting to nothing.
Yeah, that's why you have a
that's a
DNR.
good point. It is just a dead body, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to say? I mean, the individual is the one who holds consent. That individual's gone.
Yeah, although how do the law that says abuse of corpse, that could be a problem.
It's probably because it's in the jurisdiction of the United States, and you are actually owned by the United States government through the Social Security Department, so they probably have jurisdiction over that property.
Yeah, you shouldn't be that hungry here in America anyway. If you're in this jurisdiction,
true.
There's no reason you're hungry enough to eat another human.
That's right.
That's just
right,
a fetish.
You can always eat out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about America, yeah, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys are lucky because you're in. I'm in America, unfortunately, but you guys are in that
Abascacho.
place. Yeah, that island,
Mm-hmm.
and so you could eat corpses if you wanted to.
Well, there ain't no people here. It's just rabbits, so it's all good eating.
Well, there's the two of you.
Yeah, but we got so many rabbits here, we ain't got to worry about anything.
Yeah, we still eat out.
Unless you get tired of rabbit.
Well, they make spaghetti.
Okay. So, Slime Feeder says Leatherface could run for office.
Leatherface.
He's that guy from the horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the chainsaw.
The guy wearing that
he's
leather face.
Yeah, it's a face of someone that has tanned into leather and wears it on his face. Tommy Boy says Leatherface did run for office and lost to Orange Face.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow.
Didn't they come out and admit that Biden actually wore a mask a bunch of times? Like that, I think they actually came out and admitted it, or it was in the Epstein files or something. Like he actually had to, or some kind of. Yeah, I'd have to find it.
That there was someone impersonating him, like because he couldn't be out in public. He was so bad.
Yeah.
So they had someone, in a Biden mask. However, if you recall the election, and I know it was traumatic for many people, he wasn't running against Biden. He was running against Kamala.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's
So anyway,
Leatherface.
Well, I didn't want to say anything
I'll say it.
out loud.
So that was Leatherface.
Yeah, says no. Slime Feeder says interdimensional beings sound spooky.
They can.
Yeah, and they're probably some of your neighbors could be interdimensional beings. I have a lovely couple next door who are not from this dimension, and they're very, very kind.
Yeah, one of my neighbors came and entertained me and my friends one night. I was like, this has to be an angel. I'm pretty sure the angel is actually entertaining us at that point.
Did they steal your packages?
No.
Did they come in with a boom box?
No. They didn't really need hardly anything, actually.
Did they give a home welcoming gift?
No, not that I remember, no.
Well,
I thought I was going to be
leave you
entertaining this individual, but no, they entertained us.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if they brought a boom box with them. Anyway, Frederick says half human, half monkey, and I don't think you can go wrong with that. That sounds interesting. Half
sounds
human,
like a
half monkey.
chimichinga.
Sounds like
You could eat the monkey half, but you couldn't eat the human half.
Well, I mean, if you believe in evolution, it's all a part of our hominid relatives. So now you're going to have to go to court and say, hey, I think eating a monkey is still cannibalism because we're all hominins, right?
Well,
yeah, I think
just
cannibal is interspecial.
Interdimensional.
Yeah, interspecial. So if you're eating the same species, then you're cannibal. But they're different. They're classified under a different species. But
yeah,
I will say when I was doing Uber a while back, I had this lady from India in my car. So of course I was obliged to ask her, "Is it true what I hear?" And she's like, "Well, what do you hear?" I was like, about India, how they eat monkey brains and stuff.
That India?
Yeah.
She was like, no, that's not true. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
I mean, I don't know. It just seems
yeah,
like...
and to make it like it's an insult.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it has ties to, like, primitive society. Like, maybe she thought I was saying India was like this primitive... caveman culture that's still eating stuff like that.
Propaganda.
She seemed to get offended, and after that, I was like, "Well, okay, I guess."
That's like when people say, "Oh yeah, Oriental people eat cats and dogs." I was like, "Yeah, so what?"
Yeah, they don't really get offended over that kind of stuff.
I mean,
I
is
think
what it is. It's a cultural
well,
thing.
they it only bothers them because they know that people like Western people they try to fancifies that, and but whatever. It's like people are going to eat whatever they want. You justify that you're eating a chicken. You're justifying that you're eating a cow. You're justifying that you're eating a pig or whatever. It's like people eat whatever they want to eat.
Well,
are you eating
it is
humans?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's a different
in
question.
India they don't eat cows, right? Because they think they believe they're sacred. Jewish people won't eat pigs, right? People who have chickens for pets may not eat them, which is interesting. There's different
That's
kinds.
what I'm saying. People have their justifications, but
America's eating humans, and nobody's saying anything about that. I mean, Balenciaga's over there with their child bag thing.
That's not eating him. That's selling humans.
Yeah, I guess they're selling child bones and stuff.
Yeah.
As made
But
up.
they're
They
dead,
make purses
right?
out of their skin and their bones.
It's
and
dead,
stuff.
right? It wasn't that the conclusion. If they're dead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't know how they died.
We can always make more humans. It's very easy. Matter of fact,
we're
we're
getting
making
pretty
them when we
morbid
don't
here,
want to
aren't we?
make them. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's
plenty of
true.
humans to go around. Yeah.
It's true. You
I wouldn't worry
can
about
pump out a lot of babies.
Well, you don't have to pump them
You
out
know,
anymore. They can artificially manufacture
Yeah.
people.
But, I mean, let's face it. When you can make so much of something, it gets devalued. So, I don't know how much a human is worth right now. I would say maybe $1.380.
I mean, if you think about it, if they just need bones, they can artificially manufacture babies, utilize them for this, and dispose of them. And honestly, it's just a manufacturing process at that point.
As a side note, that Dawkins book, The Selfish Gene, he pointed out that the reason women and the female species of every species tend to care about children, and they're more selective on who they give their eggs or children to is because they're limited. So men are unlimited in their sperm count. They can just keep on, reproducing all day, every day till they die, literally. But women are limited. Their eggs are limited, and then their time, their window is limited, and how much
for reproduction.
Yeah, so of course they're going to be more cautious on who they give. And it makes sense to me, because if my sperm count was limited, like you can only reproduce 5 times. Well, guess what? I'm actually going to care about my children now, because I only got 5. That's my gene. Like, my gene rests on me getting these 5 kids out. And if one dies, I only got 4 left now.
Well, it'd be like,
but you could always farm that out, though, if you wanted to.
Well, you only got 5 chances. Are you going to waste one on a back shot?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's the scary thing. It's like, I'm not going to be going out with everybody. I'm going to be selective, and I'm going to try to find someone I'm going to be with forever, which would be marriage. And then once I have my children with that one person, I'm going to take his best care. I'm actually going to really, truly care about my kids.
Well, I don't know if that would be the end result, but you would definitely be selective on who, because you might take the kid. You might want to, this might just be a means to an end, but you want the kid. That would be the thing, because that's very rare. Who you reproduce with, that individual, I don't know if that would change in a man, but you definitely would choose them because you want it to be optimal, because you only got 5 chances.
Well, same thing. It's if you told a guy you only have 5 sperm, and so you can have any woman you want. So you have all these beautiful women out there. You can only have you can only have 5 though. I mean, I guess you can only reproduce 5 times.
You can only ejaculate 5 times.
Yeah, that's when they're going to be real specific on who they get with. And then now we're going to start measuring qualities, not so much outer appearance, but we're going to start measuring. We're going to think a lot like women.
Right.
And it really helps you put yourself into women's shoes, why they think the way they do, why they have the power of selection. They can swipe right or left. Men really can't, and men really shouldn't.
Well, but what's interesting is that in our modern day, that's actually becoming true. Men's sperm count and fertility is going down. Yeah. And so their ability, and what's interesting is that means you have a dualistic reduction. Women's egg counts aren't going up. So they're still limited just as much as they've always been. And so now you have a dualistic reduction. You have women who are already reduced, having a certain protective mechanism. And now eventually men, and men are distraught. They go to find out why they can't produce a child.
Yeah, but evolutionarily, it's happening way too fast. Women are still in the mindset I want a big 6-foot-tall man, muscular enough to take care of me and my genes, and financially suitable enough to build us a big nest.
And maybe that's why they do that. Maybe that's why it's the perfect time. If they now know they're just going to reproduce artificially, it's the perfect time to speed up the infertility, because they know men are not going to be able to adapt that fast. They're going to still just do whatever they're doing because it's too soon. It's too fast.
Yeah. Again, evolutionarily, they have literally destroyed what they've done in a matter of maybe a decade or so. It would take evolution to fix over, hundreds of thousands of years.
One thing we have that evolution never had that can actually match up, assuming, just we're playing the hyperbole of assumption that it takes, tens of thousands and millions, whatever, years. But the thing that we've never had that can actually try, because a lot of the evolutionary issues when it comes to that is the projection of your mental function. It's like a woman reacts because she believes that this man is going to be best. She doesn't know that, but she's assessing through perception, and there's something in her that makes her believe that I need to do this. She doesn't actually know I only have 10 eggs, but she just believes this. Mm-hmm. One thing we have now that can amplify the function of belief that never has existed before, that can speed things up.
Propaganda.
And social media. And all of this speeds up time very fast. So it could happen because we have that today that's never existed before.
Yeah. And they better make something, because if they don't fix this with technology and artificial babies and wombs and stuff, if that fails somehow, they have literally just destroyed our species. Because our species, the amount of time it's going to take evolution to fix all that, our species is going to cancel itself out because there's not going to be enough people reproducing. There's not going to be, and the people that are here don't know how to live in an environment like this that would happen without technology. So they better do something. Like, technology is our only hope.
It seems
now.
like they're trying to do that, though. It seems like that's kind of like the fluid objective. It's like, so don't worry about the future. Robots will do it. Don't worry about procreation. We figured out the genes. We figured out the code. We figured out artificial wombs. You don't have to worry about it. No worries. Anxiety, hey, we got medication for you. You got brain issues. We'll fix it all, man. Here's a phone. Just doom scroll all day and continue watching what we're showing you on these things.
Yeah, so they're just laying out the red carpet. They're making the
they're
path
just programming it faster because they have to. And we have a technology today that can amplify that extremely fast. And so that is a unique thing about our time era now. We can definitely do something in a year that might have took 20, 30 years. That's a big
jump.
jump.
What I say?
What's
Sounds
that?
like a good plan. Good riddance, human.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Captain Spock.
All right.
Yep.
That's right. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
I thought you welcome our overlords.
That's what he's saying.
The robotic overlords, yeah. Got to get rid of the humans in order to the robots. There's not enough room for both of us.
Yeah, but who's
Sorry,
going to, it's the old quandary. Who's going to, you know what they say, the argument. If they're going to take over all our jobs with AI, who's going to buy all their products? But the same argument's here. It's like, if you welcome your AI overlords and they're going to kill all of us, who's going to be here to enjoy our overlords?
The ones that welcome them.
Yeah, but
That's why I'm
eventually
safe.
they're going to wipe them out too.
Nah.
Why
They'll
do
keep
they
us
need
around as
humans?
pets.
Nah.
Talking about pets? Like we're just going to be their pets?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I guess we could
I-
be their
listen,
pets.
I look at my cat, I see the kind of life that cat has, and I'm like, man, if I could sleep whenever I wanted, wherever I wanted, I get fed 3 meals a day. Yeah, I get taken care of, I get petted, someone cleans up my crap. So I mean, like, if I could have the life of a cat, sign me up.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I actually have a choke collar and a dog leash hanging up in my closet. It's from a friend. He lent it to me.
Not me.
Yeah, no. You guys are my partners, not my
Friends.
Not your friends.
But yeah, my friend lent it to me, so I'm holding it for him. It's not
Speak the
mine.
truth.
And I can prove it's not mine because it actually has his name on it. And if you guys really want extra proof, I can get it DNA tested for you. But
You know what would be enough proof? Just bring it here and show us.
Yeah, I was going to say, just physically, let's see it. Just bring it.
here. That's all we need. It's just like when we want to know about the moon. Just show it to us.
Show
yeah,
it.
I can't do that. But
Show us the money.
I can't do that.
You just
but
can't,
I can give you other
dangle
proof.
it.
I can't do that, but I can bring you other proof though.
What, a receipt?
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's not. The point is, we're losing track of what's going on here.
Losing track of time.
I have a caller.
Hey, listen, you're the one who turned the switch that derailed the track. I'm not the conductor here.
I know our AI overlords are, and when they come, and they will, in their paralysia, then I'll be ready. That's all I'm saying. Like if they want to make me a pet or die, like they say, I don't know, they give me
Submit
a
or
choice.
die. Yeah.
Yeah, then I think everybody would do what I would have to do.
Which is?
Roll over and play dead.
Roll over and take it like a dog.
And back to the chats. All right. Where are we? We already dealt with the half human, half monkey. And then Frederick says Santa. I don't know what that is in reference to.
Wow.
Santa.
So random.
That's pretty good. I just Santa. Slime Feeder says, but most would be programmed by their herd. Interesting. Frederick says, I'm into fuzzing all over it theory. Fuzzing all over I don't know. Some of these chats are interesting. I'd need some. Okay. So anyway, Frederick says, it's the baby. And I have a feeling he was answering our question about who we would eat. Definitely be, if you were lucky enough to have some barbecue sauce with you on that flight, I think you'd be set.
He might have been. He might have been shouting out a rapper too. I think there's another modern rapper named
Fat Baby
or Da Baby or Big Baby or something like that. It's hard to tell.
Chinese Baby.
Yeah, that's probably another rapper's name.
All right. Let's see. Holy cow! These guys are prolific.
So what do you guys think about
Dang.
aliens?
Like, never mind. I'm not. Okay, so Slime Feeder says this is why fasting is necessary. There we go. Okay.
Autophagy.
He also, Slime Feeder says also say just in case, so the
You know,
body.
that's
is ready.
interesting. I guess I didn't think about it. When your body eats your own cells, is your body performing cannibalism? Because when you go through autophagy, it's eradicating its cells, but it doesn't mean that it's not utilizing it as nutrition, also as a byproduct means of waste. So it's still breaking it down. When your body is doing that, is that cannibalism?
I mean, when I have a bloody nose, I turn my head up and the blood goes back into my throat.
It's, sucking on your blood I don't know if that's cannibalism, is it?
If you cut yourself and you.
Yeah. I mean, you're not eating flesh. You're sucking blood. Isn't that like vampirism or something?
What if you chew your fingernails?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess if you're chewing your fingernails, I don't know if that's flesh, but it is a part of you.
I guess it's not meat, but it is your DNA.
Yeah.
Or if you chew your toenails.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that's flesh.
What about hair?
Yeah, that's not flesh.
People could eat their hair, yeah. So what you're saying is we can consume a lot of the body and still it not being considered cannibalism.
Yeah, see, but you have to do it yourself. Like, it's a natural process.
So you're talking about eating yourself.
Well, I mean, your body naturally does that through, like, autophagy.
I think some people try to eat their own meat, but they can't get themselves to do it because it hurts too bad.
Talking about, like, Marilyn Manson?
No.
It's sort of like
that you see those cartoons, like Bugs Bunny cartoons, where the guy gets stuck on the island and he tries to eat his own foot, but it doesn't work because he just can't get himself to do it. Yeah, and I think that's what happens to a lot of guys. They try to eat their own meat and they just can't.
Too, right? Right? You have to be a contortionist to be able to do that.
No, you have to cut your own foot off.
Yeah, you can cut your limb off completely. Or, I guess you can try to eat it while the appendage is still attached. You could try to eat it
You want it fresh.
No, that's really tough. Like, it's one thing for me to just take a rock, sharpen it, and just try to just be brutal and get that thing off. Now, once it's off of me, the process of getting it off is the hard part. Once it's off of me, it's detached, and you have a psychological detachment now. It's still going to be tough because it's you, but it's not as tough as like if I was just going to bite my toe. It's still on my foot, like it's still on me. That's I don't know. That's third level.
Isn't that crazy? Like, it would be easier instead of going through all that pain. I feel like that pain would be a lot higher than just starving. Yeah, I mean, I've been hungry many times. I mean, I know you have a lot of pain when you start reaching a lot of days with no food. As long as you have water, and water's easy to get, even if you're surrounded by an ocean, you can make it fresh water. There's ways to do that. It's very easy. So you have water.
Yeah, you might be able to go 60 days, depending on how much excess baggage you got. Maybe about 60, maybe 70 days. But you're gonna die.
It's hard to believe that any human being anywhere on Earth, unless you're up there in the Himalayas or even up there, unless you're on Mount Everest, I don't know why you can't find food, bugs or whatever. Even eat some tree bark, maybe eat some plants as long as it's not poisonous, and that will sustain you even longer. I mean, yeah, it won't be protein, but it'll still sustain you.
I think it's
longer.
those radical things, like, if you get stuck, like let's say you fall off you're hiking, and like there's instances where people fall into those crevices and now they're stuck and they can't get out, and there's nothing coming in the middle of a rock crevice. There's just nothing. They're just stuck between two rocks, and your foot's there. So you have to decide: am I going to break my foot and get this pen and jab it and cut off my foot so I can get out of here? You're not even thinking about eating. You're just trying to get out. But
yeah, I think I'd just sit there and die.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, no. What I would do is I'd hold my breath until I pass out. That'd be a really easy death.
I don't know if I can.
And then you'd start breathing again.
Yeah, and then you do it again as long as it takes. You just keep
Doesn't
depriving
matter.
your body
Every time you
of
pass
oxygen.
out, you'd start breathing again. You can't kill yourself by holding your breath.
I know that, but I'm saying at least the time lapse would happen, and eventually you would. Or you can start making a lot of noise. You can
entertain
mimic
yourself. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So here's what I would do. I would start making some goat noise. And I'd be like, "Gullah, gullah, gullah, gullah," and make some kind of goat noise, and then have a mountain lion come and rip my face off, and it would finish the job.
Why don't you just eat the mountain lion?
Because you're not gonna sink there's only one person winning in that scenario, and if your foot is caught between a rock, you're really not getting out of that.
You're in a
between
hard
the rock
place.
and the hard place.
Yeah, and he's just gonna have his way with you.
There's so many ways these conversations can go south. I'm just going to be.
It can go north if you're into that.
Oh my! Okay.
If you don't like that, we can go parallel. We can go east and west.
What do you say we go back to the chats? There's a lot of stuff in there.
We can always plank it.
This is a lot of work here. I feel compelled. So now I feel compelled
As
to
I
complete the
labor.
job. So I'm like, I feel responsible.
See, colleague, he does this week in and week out.
Yeah,
he's a devoted man.
Without fail.
We definitely, colleague, I'm going to say this publicly so that everyone hears it. You deserve a raise, my friend. You deserve a raise.
Would you
need
like
to be
to get
compensated
raised?
fairly for this hard job that you do?
Do you need somebody to come in
and
here?
If I was getting paid, I'd
help
give you a
with
portion of
raise?
my pay. But,
Do we need to get the assistant in here to talk about the raises?
Well, thank you. I'm flattered. Yes, I have been raised. I'm lifted up right now.
That's great. Take that to the bank, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, we need, Slime Feeder says, we need bodysuits that pump what we need into our bodies. We live so primitively. And in quotes, oh no, I've fallen and can't get up.
Going.
Fallen. In a crevice, and a mountain lion's going to eat me. That should be the new phrase. Frederick says, I heard colleague watch his Hawk Tua podcast.
Talk to ya?
Hawk Tua.
No, Hawk Tua.
I watch Hawk Guy, actually.
Hawkman and Hawkwoman.
I think his name is Hawk Guy.
Talking about Birdman and Bird Boy?
No, it's Hawk Guy.
Okay. Hot guy?
I think so.
Talking
Yeah, the
about
guy.
Hot Boys?
Hawk Guy. The guy on he's on the Avengers. The guy with the bow and arrow and the really big muscles.
Hawk.
Especially.
Eye.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Eyes?
Hawkeye.
Hawk. Eye.
It sounded like one of those those old technology things you push buttons and it talks. It's like Hawk, I. Anyway.
Isn't that Ohio State?
So Hawkeye is he's that bow and arrow guy on the Avengers with really big muscles.
Bone and arrow?
Yeah, it's a bone.
Bow and arrow. And he's got really big muscles, especially when he sweats. It like glistens.
You got big bones?
Big bows.
He's got a bone and arrow.
Yeah. And he had to sacrifice, well, actually, I don't want to spoil it just in case anybody's going to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did.
Why did you bring it up?
Well, we're talking about, no, Frederick said, I watch Hawk Tua. And I was just telling him, no, I watch Hawkeye.
Hawk? Like you're hawking something up? 2 times? Double time?
Hey, colleague,
Hawkeye.
Off air, you should explain it to host what that's all about. You could
Hawk
explain
Tua?
it to him. Yeah, explain to him off air.
Why? Why's it got to be
I
off
think everyone
air?
else knows what it is.
I don't really
It's a
know
family
what.
show.
Hawk double time.
Yeah.
I'll do it to you double time.
Yeah, and you could,
All right,
too.
then I'll explain it to both of you off air. Anyway, so Jeremy Hannaberry says,
I'll
put in
hawk
the
on
link
you right
so
now.
I can go live.
I mean, what's the big deal?
So yeah, Jeremy wants to come on.
Oh, is Jeremy Jeremy in the chat?
And anybody can come in, too. Anybody can get on live if you want.
Well,
We'll be here waiting.
Well, before we do, I want to play these clips. I want you guys to tell me, what do you think? What do you get after listening to these clips? Hold on. Maybe you can't hear this.
I don't hear nothing.
Or wound up dead. You're telling me that right after President Trump said to declassify all the UFO stuff, that the UFO experts that you have personal knowledge of and that you have personal connection to, they've gone missing or wound up dead?
Well, one did, the one everybody's looking for, and it's pretty, I don't know the circumstances. He left with a 38 in his holster, and you're never going to convince me otherwise. I don't care what they find. I don't care what they find at this point. My wife said it the other day, how does somebody disappear in this day and age? How do they disappear?
So it looks like this
And
is...
I just think there's a lot going on. We got to get to the bottom of it. And and I talked to the president about that. He asked me what I thought, and I said, Mr. President, I think it's like an onion. You just keep peeling it back. There's that lady right there. She had metallurgical knowledge, some of our missiles and stuff, and it's just too much, Benny. Too much is going on right now.
Advanced aerospace propulsion and plasma physics, fusion and rocket tech is the individual who's recently gone missing. Well, that sure as hell sounds like working on the UFO project.
What did you see now? I guess it would be about 2 weeks ago. That was very alarming, the way you said that, at least.
Yeah, well, because of the circumstances and where it was, I can't get into too much specifics, but it was elaborating on some stuff that we'd asked for, and it was important to get this person in a secure setting to where we could ask him these questions. And there was somebody in the meeting with us, one of my colleagues, I guess you'd say, was basically there just to kind of upset the apple cart and to throw, a monkey wrench into the deal. And every time a question was asked by this particular party, it was really the answers were out there, and they gave them, and they gave specifics, they gave addresses, they gave times and dates and people that were in the meeting. And this went all the way up to the executive branch of previous presidents, not this current president.
So there have been different reports over the years. Some reports that there have been pieces of machinery that were found that did not seem earthly. And then there have been reports about life that is not earthly. Which one of those two, or both, are you talking about? a form of life that is not earthly, or just something mechanical that's not earthly?
I'd say you'd be safe to say both.
The way you described this, whatever happened at this meeting, this briefing that was happening, was there something that if we knew, we would feel that we are in danger? You said you wouldn't sleep at night if you knew the things that I saw in these briefings.
Yeah,
Should we believe that? That's the part where it seemed alarming.
I don't think we're at danger of this. I mean, if these things exist as I think they do, they could have destroyed us with a blink of an eye. I just don't see that, and I think that's. I just think, but I do think they have the technology and the capabilities of something that we can't understand or we can't grasp.
What I want to make sure I'm understanding is a member of our government has told you and others, I guess, that there is a form of alien life and machinery which maybe brought this living creature here that interacted in some form with people?
Yeah, they have, and they've. It's pretty wild. I know. But I'm just telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd take a lie to tell you. You want to put me on a polygraph, I'll take it. But this is what the guy told me. I mean, I've had a very high-ranking naval official describe. I've talked about this before. Underwater craft, something big as a football field, moving at over 200 miles an hour. And there's no fish in the ocean that would do that. We don't even have a sub that'll probably do 40 miles an hour under the. And the last thing he said before he left my office was, it was kind of weird because he didn't go out he went out the side door, which nobody ever uses. And he looked at me, he pulled me up close, and he said, "Tim, they're real." And that's the last thing he said to me. That'll be the title of my book, I guess. Matt Gaetz was involved in something here just recently. He was interviewed, and he talked about this interbreeding thing with.
There's a lot of these, and it's getting more common, right? Again, my famous saying that I always say: acclimation precedes propagation. And I'm just trying to figure out, when are they going to finally do the fake alien invasion? Like, when are they going to finally give it to us? They want to. But when are they going to finally do it? That's what I want to know. I don't know if anybody believes. Well, I'm sure a lot of people do believe.
I believe.
Now, the question is when are they going to give it to us? Like this week's episode, you're going to hear about them finally giving us ticks. There's a lot more to it, but they already gave us a world shutdown. They already gave us Donald Trump. They've been giving us a lot of things, and these are all been acclimated functions. They already gave us 9/11. They gave us the financial shutdown in 2008. They've given us all kinds of things. They've given us the acclimation of the Mayan, with the Y2K was first, and then we got the Mayans and everything else. Because we've been told about these aliens for a long time. When are they going to finally give it to us? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because no opportunity is wasted. And so that's why I think it's interesting. It's like now we're trying to focus going back to the moon, focus on space more than ever. And they're talking about, it's always been hidden under the guise of, look, man, all these alien people are, and the government even says it, all these alien talks, it's not real, aliens ain't real, none of it's real. Now the government's just saying, yeah, they are real. Or at least we know they're real, we just can't tell you yet. Now the government's flipping it. Now they're trying to tell you, yes, we know something. Why now? So that's why I'm sitting here waiting. It's like, is this whole advancement for space and moon travel and everything else is an emphasis to start acclimating before the propagation?
Oh, the guy actually went out the side door.
Yeah,
he didn't go out the front door or the back door. He actually went the side door. He was like, Tim, they're real. going out the side door. If
gave
he
him
would have
the
went out the
side
front
eye.
door, the front door would have been, not as serious.
He went out the back door.
Back door, still
Back door,
not that
that's
serious.
stuff. Oh.
But no, the side doors, like that guy went out the side door. It was like,
You know
and
what's
you
really
all know.
weird? There's no side door in that office.
I know. I know.
Philadelphia Project.
And that's what he was trying to tell us is like, we're just on a mothership. And that side door, that's the side door. That's the east gate.
I'm not even being facetious.
Me neither.
Well, I know you and your potato chips. Like and again, like I'm telling you, my mind, like me and Elder and colleague, we have this like 40-minute discussion in this week's episode about the moon and the Artemis program, expanding more of these thoughts about it also in there. So you'll see this week's episode is probably going to be a little longer.
We have a lot of TikTok too.
Yeah, you guys will see. There's going to be Easter eggs all through it. There's going to be all kinds of things I talk about in this week's episode. It's going to be a jam banger for season 3. But you guys stay tuned. Like I told you guys, there is going to be a jam banger for season 3. So when you watch this week's episode, you'll see what I'm talking about. But when I'm talking about these things, of course, there's hyperboles in there and, speculations. But I also know the speculations are just like myths, right? Myths are fundamentally premised on realities. They're not just pure abstractions. They're not just pure imaginations. Even when a little kid is imagining something very fanciful, it's because of something that they have seen in real life, and then they actualize it in their imagination. They don't have the ability to create something that doesn't have some attachment to reality. Nobody does. Everything is a byproduct of something of your existential reality. And the reason why I'm saying all that is because it seems as though now seems to be the perfect time. And the reason why I'm saying now is because people care less now more than ever. Like, I can't remember the last time I've heard so many people say, who cares? About everything. It's like, oh, yeah, did you know that gas prices are going? I don't care. You know that there might be nuclear war? I don't care. You know that the world's going to? I don't care. You know what? Bring it. If you could just give it to me now.
Yes, do something.
Right. And see, this is what I'm saying. And if people don't think that's a part of your acclamation, that's been part of the agenda to get you to not care more. Because when you don't care, what are you? You are passive.
We're worthless.
Yeah, you're passive. You're not going to do anything because guess what? You don't care.
Yeah, right.
So
You're
if there's
disarmed.
a perfect time to do something radical, it's when people are the most passive that they've ever been.
The most careless.
Well, you can't even be, I guess that's an entendre. You had to actually be careless in one sense. You had to be doing something, but then if you are careless, you're not doing anything. Anyways,
people are just getting more and more careless these days, and they're making more messes. We saw what happened on the Artemis.
I just think it's really interesting because this is the perfect time.
Bullets are failing.
Society has never been more passive. Society could absolutely... I don't even know what society would do if they did see aliens. Like, let's just hypothetically say real, like legitimate extraterrestrial life form came to Earth. I think they would see us like, oh, that's cool. Let's go take a photo with it. Yeah, okay. Who cares?
Oh, yeah. If people would believe it, they would probably think it was some sort of gimmick
Right.
or advertisement or
Nobody
something.
would care, really. I mean, some people, there's, you can't play the absolute game. There's the extremes. There will be
Depends
people.
on what they look like. I mean, if they look like backward knees,
Yeah.
or if they look like they got something wrong with their
They
mouth
have a big
or their
walking
face or
phallus.
something. Yeah, if they have like this little
Yeah.
tiny mouth and really big eyes or something.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of.
raised.
Yeah, I guess it depends. If
That
they're only
sounds
4
a little-
foot tall, I mean, they're as scary as Chucky. You can just kick
Sounds a
them
little
across the room.
Japanese.
That's true. If they're tiny and thin, we'd just beat the crap out of them. Especially if they land in Philly. If they land in Philly, they're dead. They're done.
That's why it's
Yeah,
the
'cause
experiment.
we don't put up
Yeah.
any of that alien BS. Yeah.
Yeah, Unless they have the
or
green
Santa
cards.
Claus, or robots, hitchbots. Don't put up with any of that. Dallas fans, forget it.
That's gonna be real loud.
Well, we do put up with that stuff where we're at. So if the aliens come over here, illegal or not,
It's hard to say this word nowadays because of that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know. We're talking about
extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Illegal extraterrestrials.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know who owns the Earth.
But a golden dome would actually fix all that. That would be an ultimate border against illegal immigrants, like extraterrestrial illegal immigrants, and interterrestrial
aliens.
The golden dome would fix
like
it all.
the lizard people that are living underground.
Are you talking about like a Dyson sphere?
We're talking about preventing lizard wizards from getting in.
Are you talking about a dome? And I'm trying to envision
the golden dome that Trump
is. This is why I say you are being facetious.
The orange man has been wanting to make a gold dome.
Over Earth. Yeah. I mean, over the United States.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm saying.
Israel has the Iron Dome.
See?
Yeah, but it's just
they have the Dome of the Rock.
It's just missile defense. It's not like a literal he couldn't even build a wall. He's going to build his literal dome.
Wait a second, host. Have you ever been hit with a missile?
It depends what you mean by missile.
Well, I mean it's pretty effective deterrent. Getting hit with one of those.
I've been hit with some things.
Dome.
I've been hit with a bottle rocket.
I've been hit with a Roman. I've been hit with some things.
It wasn't fun, was it? It wasn't fun.
Have you been hit with an Israeli
like
cannon?
An Atlas II hitting you. Yeah.
You would have to ask the person who hit me. I don't know what they hit me with, but I've been hit with some things.
There's Roman candles. There's French candles.
There's weaponry.
I bet you Tom would know something about getting hit with a missile.
Frederick said he got hit by measles.
Weasels or measles?
He said measles.
Oh, measles. Okay.
Yeah.
Just getting hit with a weasel wouldn't be fun either.
Yeah, no.
And, you get one of those angry possums.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to eat your face off. And that's not cannibalism.
Nope.
But anyways, I just thought it was interesting because this is what I just showed you is not new. Like you hear these things all the time, and they're government officials. Like that's Representative Tim Burchett, and he's probably one of the more prolific speakers about this. He's always talking about these government conversations about extraterrestrial craft and extraterrestrial beings, and he's had all these meetings with high-ranking officials and all. None of that is really new. Even that's actually a recent thing, just a couple of weeks ago. But what I'm saying is everybody's heard these things, but nobody really cares. That's what I think is more interesting. It seems like we talked about it before. You remember when we talked about the dare rooms? And I thought that was an interesting idea, but then it led to that quandary that you can only maximize really extreme things to a point. Like, if today I show you guys where I'm at, my location, and you have to give me $10. Some people may.
I give you 20.
Right, some people may. But then tomorrow you're not going to give me $20 again. So I got to up the ante. So then next day if I want to make another 20, I'm going to have to do something more radical. So now I'm going to show you my bathroom. And then
that could be worth 30 or 40.
Right. Well, now I got to up the ante more. And see what I'm saying? This is exponential, right?
Eventually, you're going to show them your hindquarters.
And then eventually, I can show you everything. But now I got to do something more radical. Now maybe I have to go cut somebody's arm off, or now I got to go eat a live chicken. You see what I'm saying? At some point, you can only get so radical before it gets so astronomical. You can't. It's not realistic. And your mind, what happens is you're habituating your mind to expect higher levels of radicalism. And I think that's what's been happening. We've been fed all these ideas about all this fanciful ideas, but now and because we haven't been satisfied, we didn't get that dopamine hit, we're all sitting like, who cares? You've been saying all of this and you've given us nothing in return. And I think what that's actually causes the inverse effect. Because now we've never been given anything, we don't expect that there will ever be anything. So then they're going to drop a whole bunch, and then you're going to have a dopamine overload. And I think that's the ambition.
Dopes.
But I'm just waiting. I am waiting for the government to do this next level.
The other foot to drop.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's real aliens or not. I don't know. Again, that's just like, did we actually land on the moon? I don't know.
Oh, they're having meetings on the moon.
Yeah, I know. If you're into that astral projection community.
Yeah, they're over there talking about.
They have what's it called? The United Council or something. The Galactic Council.
Yeah. And,
the Galactic Council, sure.
Yeah, and they got 112 members.
Yeah, and I guess somebody's soul actually got left on the moon. Mm. So the CIA has their body, who's in a coma right now, in a highly locked down facility. So, and we're not talking about the guy who filmed the rocket take off the moon. Okay, that's a different guy. His actual body and carcass is on the moon still. We're talking about there's another guy who was astral projecting here from Earth, and his soul went to the moon to be a part of that moon meeting, and it got stuck there. I don't know how that happens, but I almost got a bunch of water in my nose earlier.
Secretly getting waterboard. I don't know.
Snarfed.
I just want to see what's coming up next. I don't believe, like I talk to Elder, I don't believe the people you see are the puppets. They may be stupid. But the people who are operating things, I don't believe they waste opportunities. And so if something is habitual enough, there's a reason why it's habitual. It's not just because it's circumstantial. It could be. There's that, 5%, whatever. But if you see correlative things that are habitual, like maybe aliens are real. Oh, we can be an interplanetary species. Oh, we're going to focus on space travel. Oh, we're going to go back to the moon now. Oh, look at SpaceX replacing NASA. Oh, next thing you know, when you see correlative things, they don't have to necessarily be one for one, but if correlated and habitual in timeline, see, like who's scripting these events because they're too correlative to say it's just coincidence. It just happens to be in this like short timeline. We have all these things here. Just happened organically.
I wonder if aliens are actually coordinating everything.
Yeah, I guess that's the inverse idea, is that they're actually just they're forcing all these mechanisms here.
Oh, the irony.
And they're actually causing me to think all this. Because it'd be like the Truman Show. Like if the aliens were controlling all this, it would be like I'm in the Truman Show. I'm starting to notice that the walls seem weird. There's like a light falling from the sky. There's these weird things happening. And I'm like, I don't think I'm in a fake world. But then I started noticing that this woman over here just randomly talking to somebody saying, hey, would you like to buy Ovaltine? I'm like, who are you talking to? And it's like, I'm starting to notice these subtle things. I'm still trying to be in reality to think, I'm not in a fake world, am I? But then when correlative events start happening too close in sequence, it's like, I don't know, man. Something ain't right here. I guess if the aliens were doing all this, yeah, I'd be like in a Truman Show.
I think it's interesting. Trump bought TikTok, or at least the government bought TikTok before a lot of this weird stuff started happening. So I think that's a big thing, because I wonder a lot of times if TikTok would have given us at least a different side. Maybe it's not the truth either, but it'd be a different side of all the narratives going on. But we'll never know now, because they took that away from us. So, everybody was against TikTok, and we've said this many times on the show, but everybody was against TikTok because it was this Chinese thing, and nobody wanted to give their information to China. But at the same time, China was actually giving us a different narrative, though, than what we were being given on American soil. So, but now TikTok is also owned by America, so now we're just going to get the same.
I had this thought a long time ago, and I don't know if it's legit, but what if one of our civilizations, and what I mean by that is like an ethnic group, let's just say and again, I don't believe this, but just for the sake of understanding my analogy, let's say China, right? And America is always trying to play this antithesis against China, but America never crosses that line. And it's still trying to be friendly, but it's still trying to say we're against China. What if it's because one of our ethnicities or the civilizations is actually alien? And America knows this, but they can't tell you that. But that's why they can't never unify with that group. But they can't tell you directly they're aliens. So they always have to make this wall, they make these excuses, make these wars, do all this stuff. But it's always because they know those are the aliens.
Who are the weirdest people on the planet?
America.
You might be able to make that argument. Maybe we're the aliens.
Mm-hmm. We're the aliens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess but I always wondered that.
The Dutch are kind of strange, but
I always wondered that. It's like, all these things seem to be so arbitrary in our modern day. Is one of our civilizational ethnic groups actually some kind of outside being? And the governments know that, but they can't really do anything about it. See, elders feeling it just like you. I saw it. Yeah. Anyways,
because we care so much, and we're trying to we're working on something right now to combat these alien forces.
I don't know if I can say I really care, but I do entertain every idea as though it's plausible. That does give a stimulation, at least in that thought. But see, I don't want to be these people that I just talked about saying, I don't care, who cares?
That's why we need to be the community that cares.
We are the epitome of that, aren't we?
I have a late breaking announcement.
What's that?
We are now in the presence of Harry Balzania.
Oh, welcome, Mr. Balzania.
Ear.
Let's read off some of these chats. Maybe there's something to lead us on to another direction.
Lot now.
Yeah. But see, this is where Elder now can feel it, because you have to deal with it. Now you have to go back, find your spot, see where we're going.
Good luck.
Yeah, I might be here till 8 o'clock.
Your colleague's
tonight.
over here taking a break. He's like, yeah, I like this.
Taking a nap.
He's like, I feel this.
Holy crap.
Are you wearing a jersey?
Yeah, I said I changed up.
I thought you were wearing like an old school Coogee sweater.
No. Look, it's an actual, it's sort of like a sports shirt, but it's got my two cats on it. They're my two cats. I happened to find a shirt out there that had my two cats on it, and it says something in an alien language that I'm not sure what it says. But yeah. And then on the back it's got you can see, it's got like I don't know if you can see the back, it's got like a number on it, and so it's sort of like a sport shirt. Anyway, I was saying for a new season I'm going to change up my apparel, so there you go.
Excellent.
That's very exciting.
I love the spin. Love that.
I love that.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
figured I'd try to put my own little spin on things. Anyway, we have some chats, and let me see if I can. Man, I'm going like back an hour or two. Holy cow. Okay, so here we go.
World of
Slime
golly.
Feeder said, tired of eating rabbit, eat your friend. That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, about the island with the rabbits. If you get tired of eating rabbits, just, play Rochambeau and try to figure out which one you're going to eat. Okay, Slime Feeder says, I was referring to particular declassifications, though the visuals were preem. Okay. Some of these things, like, again, they kind of lose their context a little bit. Frederick says, maybe steal them from the Middle East. Okay. Could be anything.
Excellent.
Who knows? Yeah. Let's see. Jeremy says, seen an AI pic of Hillary sitting on the street with a 40 ounce of OE. I think is that Old English? I think. Tore up pantyhose, crack pipe, smoking a cig, needle on the floor, and a shirt that said, Bill got laid on Epstein Island, and all I got was this lousy shirt.
Now, where'd you find that? You said on the side of the road?
Seen an AI pic of Hillary sitting on the street, ... with all those things. So it was an AI picture of her.
That's really particular.
Yeah, someone was trying to get the truth out there. Slime Feeder says that was interesting. Slime Feeder also says, or they destroyed the working class. I agree. I don't know what he's talking about, but I agree. Slime Feeder also says it's happening. You can't do it overnight. With the slow wind down, more geniuses will spawn naturally. I guess that's evolution. You all right over there, colleague? It's like taking a nap. Okay.
I'm doing some deep research.
That's
I'm
right.
actually reading the comments with you.
Oh, good. Okay. I just saw this large. There's this large cylinder that was in front of your face. So I was wondering what was happening there, but it was just a microphone.
Thing?
Yeah.
This is.
That's Phallic Master 3000.
I thought you were happy to see us. Let's see. It's not about room. It's about the chance a human will break their trance, but not know how to steer their psyche. And finally, Slime Feeder says, you don't want hundreds of millions of programs running loose. It's scary. That's true. Look like Agent Smith.
That's what's happening right now. There's actually,
like Agent Smith.
I think there's 8 billion programs running around the world right now.
Yeah, I was going to say. All programs are foundational to a Substack program. So if humans are the same, humans are just microcosms of the foundational program.
Yeah. Jeremy says, I'm going to create a robot that will be programmed to be your best friend. I'm going to call it iBrobot. I think you should copyright that right now, Jeremy. Just copyright that robot, man. I'm telling you, that's great. You could sell iBrobot.com.
Sounds like something from elementary school.
Serious money.
Is that one of those pterodactyl things?
Don't we have an assistant on the back over there? Can you get our assistant to see if that that URL is available and buy it if we can?
What's that?
iBrobot.com.
No, iBrobot.
iBrobot. What Jeremy said.
iBrobot.
I'm
yeah,
gonna learn sign language.
IB robot. IB robot.
Yeah, you be robot.
IB robot. Is that what he's saying?
Well, it's Jeremy Henneberry's finest.
What is he saying? IB?
Yeah, he'd probably be eating a burrito right now if he got on the live.
Yeah. iRobot.
Did you ever give the
no.
the link so he can get in? Show us exactly what he can do.
Yeah, give me some.
And
IB
while you're working
Profen.
on that, I will try to continue to get past this insurmountable task. It's like climbing Everest, except every time you get to the peak grows a little more. It's like
It's
I'll
a
be climbing
treadmill.
forever.
It's like you're running on a
Like a
treadmill. I know.
Well, at least a treadmill, you feel like you're exercising. Anyway, Slime Feeder says, "This is a fictional world." Sorry, it is kind of sad. Although it depends who's in control of the fiction. Frederick says, alien equals jinn, Jinn, which is another name for genie, I believe, if I'm correct there.
Isn't a
And then
jinn
Frederick
a
says
demon?
no. It's like he's answering my
in the
question.
Quran.
That's creepy. He
Maybe
knew
I'm
you would
wrong.
ask that.
He knew
I
I
think
was
a
gonna
jinn
say
is
that.
a.
Wow.
I think a jinn is a demon in the Quran.
Yeah, or an evil spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's obviously he has predictive abilities there. So, Frederick,
Mhm.
if there's anything else you'd like to predict for us, like for example, maybe a winning lottery number for tomorrow, that would be appreciated.
Maybe Frederick is a jinn / alien.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then he could give us the winning lottery numbers. Anyway, Slime Feeder says, reality so dark we just stare at the teeth as we're devoured. Wow, there's some deep stuff.
Chat.
Deep stuff we're going through here. Slime Feeder also says interdimensional beings, nothing. They're not paying my rent. Well, that's a good point. It doesn't matter who's coming out of the
It
woodwork.
worked.
We don't know if it's spirits, aliens, jinns, whatever. But quite frankly, if they're not paying my rent, I'm not interested. I hear you. Slime Feeder, I hear you. I'm with you. My philosophy is if I have to get up in the morning and I still have to pay bills, it's not a big enough crisis to worry about. When the bills stop coming, that's when we start living. All right, Frederick, I love that Madagascar movie where the character says, no one's going to succeed. A little defeatist, but, Okay, Slime Feeder says, pause on that. Facts shout colleague in caps.
Backshot Cali?
Shout colleague. And then again, colleague in all caps. Apparently Slime Feeder is, I don't know. Apparently he's very, or she, I'm sorry. I
Maybe
didn't
it's
want
these
to,
flaps. I can't hear. Is he saying backshot Cali?
Facts shout colleague.
Facts shout. Oh, facts shout
Facts.
colleague.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should learn to speak clearer. Maybe I'm
Well, it's probably these
mumbling.
flaps.
Oh, that's true. You do have flaps over your ears. That's a good point.
Mm.
Isn't there a way you can snap them up so that your ears?
I'm not trying to be fruitful.
Okay. Noah Cloud. There he is. I was wondering where he was. Don't tease us now.
That's
I
all
would
we
never
do.
dream of it. I don't think any of us would dream of teasing you, Noah Cloud. We have way too much respect for you, sir.
Yeah, we
And
give you the real product
incredible
too.
arc that you're building out there in Alaska.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Tommy back in there. Who believes these lying assholes? I'm sorry, I said that before I thought about it. Who believes these lying buttholes? I don't know who is he talking about. Us?
I think
Is
he was talking
about
about those alien people.
Yeah, when he was when we were
okay.
watching that video.
Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. He says they're not going to do a fake alien invasion. LOL. They're going to change they're going to change your entire financial system and back it with a different energy system. Okay.
So, even if they did that, they need a means to do that. If you're going to do some kind of reset, you need a means to do a reset, and it needs to be pretty fanciful to justify a totality of a reset. It can't just simply be a world shutdown. We already had that. Nobody's buying that so you can reset everything. You need to be something pretty dramatic. And why not use a fake alien invasion?
I agree. Anyway, back to the chats.
I mean,
okay,
you could
alien-
say, I guess you could, drop an atomic bomb. I mean, that'll do something. But, that probably that's probably an antithesis to your global reset agenda.
Yeah, that wouldn't really create that wouldn't be good. Frederick says aliens are real, but not like the U.S. wants us. The U.S. Oh, I don't know. Slime Peter says it was never supposed to come out, and they never been pressed as hard as to declassify. Strange. I guess I don't know. It's an interesting topic. Are they real and they suppressing it, or is it just a psyop? I don't know.
Well, the fact that they're talking about it so much doesn't seem to be an accident, like Host was saying. It's hard to believe that, you know, Barack Obama accidentally mentioned aliens, and all of these people who are so articulate with their words are just making these big slips all of a sudden, like all of them all at the same time. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
So they're cleaning up a
But
mess
maybe-
that they, quote unquote, accidentally made.
But again, they might be. That's why conspiracies are so weird, because there are liars. Because then you could go back and say, well, they're particularly orchestrating saying this stuff so that we who think we know what's going on are being misdirected, because they're now feeding us stuff that looks like they were not meaning to do. It could drive you crazy.
Well, there
That's
are.
why
I mean, I know we all know there are bad actors out there. Like we've all seen Steven Seagal. There's bad actors.
Yeah.
And then there's
and
the government.
Steven Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was never. Oh, I said that already. I read that. Slime Peter, that's what I'm saying. Slime Peter says, like WTF. Frederick says, we put him in slime. Okay.
Sounds
put
like
him in
Nickelodeon.
slime time. Tommy, of course, says, what if the aliens are very Jewish?
I read that earlier. I was like, you know, that goes back to my idea. What if there's a civilization out there?
Yeah. Boy,
That's
that would be one
an
of the
actual alien civilization. And, you know,
dang.
Man, this is going to get banned if we go down this road too much because of the
I'm part Jewish, man, so
the
I could be part alien.
SMP-7 by President Trump.
What about S&P 500?
No, you guys will learn more about it in this week's episode.
Well,
no, it's okay. We're covered. Guys, listen, I just want to reassure you. I got us covered. I'm a Christian and I'm part Jew. So
All
we're
right, so
safe.
then I'm going to do
completely
it.
fine.
All right, so, you know, it's very hard to detect the legitimacy of the Jewish lineage. And so if there's anybody to... Wow,
What was that noise? What was that?
I think
That was a voice from beyond.
Somebody else here? Somebody else might be here.
Hello? Show yourself.
Oh, it's Jeremy Henneberry.
No, there's no face.
No,
Look, up in the sky.
So maybe you could make the claim.
That's
it's the
it's
Jewish guy.
Tommy Goy.
Honestly, if any race or ethnicity was alien, I would say it would be the Egyptians, because they have the pyramids. They have probably the most attested history.
Oh, but who built the pyramids?
The aliens.
Oh, we definitely did. Of
The
course
aliens
we
did.
Built them. We're
Like it would have been the Egyptians, being the aliens, built them, but then over the centuries they lost their
technology.
Yeah, technology. They lost their capability.
I leave technology. Left it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, SpongeBob. What?
I said I left my technology in my hands.
Oh.
Okay.
SquarePants?
You're just coming in on this. It might be out of context to you. Post.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel a little lost, but I can find myself.
Okay, so I was just coming in to say it's not going to be an invasion. I keep saying that. Like, it's not. It could be I definitely going to be an aliens thing, but it's not going to be like they're invading us. It's going to be like, oh, come into this galactic federation of yada yada yada, because we are now turning into a global civilization that is going to go to other planets. It's going to be Futurama.
Yeah, I don't know. When I say the word invasion, that's very multifaceted. I don't know if they're going to come here with like bombs and try to attack us. I'm not trying to imply that, but an invasion in the sense that
No, if anything, they'll turn the bombs off, like at all the rumors, and then be like, "Look, no more war."
Maybe they'll become the global peacemakers or something. Who knows? I'm just talking about they're going to manifest, and when they manifest, I'm just waiting. Like I'm just waiting for this appearance of these entities. And are they real? Are they concocted? I don't know, but I do know that the narrative is becoming very consistent. The idea of people needing to know that we have the ability and the desire and the goal of outer space more than ever. It just seems, like I say, there's too many incidents that have correlative possibilities within a shorter span of time, which makes me
say your grandson.
It was like I'm just waiting now.
Whoop.
That was the cat.
The warning's going off. It's the government warning.
What do you think? You think it's going to happen soon?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amping up the chaos to stop the chaos. It's the same thing they always do. The dialectic bullshit. They're gonna go, "Oh my God, don't you want to? Oh, look at that fake everything." But you know it is real. The thing we've been lying to you about this whole time. We're gonna make it so that you can't deny it, because we're gonna lie so hard in your face that you'll believe this thing, because we can't believe how much you won't believe how much we lie.
What is the lie that they've been lying to us about?
We definitely don't lie to your face about everything, and then like eat kid-based fruit snacks.
Wait, so the lie is that they're not lying to us?
You had to break it up in syllables. Catholic.
Something probably happened to you.
Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic.
You're a Christian that wants robots to exterminate humanity.
Yeah, because then that way.
What sect is that?
We'll just get we're the roboticists. Yeah.
We're the Christian probes.
Yeah, there you go. The diodes. We call ourselves the diodes.
Probe us, please.
You're talking about the one way.
The diodes.
They pray with their by kneeling really hard and their ass in the air, and then they put a big satellite dish pants on, and they hope something probes them for real. Like, this ground's fertile for satellite dishes.
But do the satellite dishes work though?
Not until they get probed with the real dish.
But when they are getting probed, do I get satellite TV?
I used to have direct TV in my ass.
Is that why you call this a dio?
Dio. Oh, he called himself.
He asked what sect it was, and I said the diodes.
That's what I'm saying. It's because it's being probed one way.
Oh, I see. Because you know what a diode is. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
No,
don't want you to leave once
it's
you're
got
in.
It's got DIO in it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to figure out why you say you're part of the diodes.
Because that's God, isn't God DIO?
Well, I don't know. That's probably more like a
Imago Day,
a wider frame frequency. I don't know if it's just a one singular trajectory.
What language is God DIO?
Speaking of butts, I'm pulling all of this out of my butt right now, guys. So don't. Yeah, it's all.
Well, as long as the satellite dish works.
Maybe you're maybe you're channeling a channel from intergalactic space through your ass.
Could be. Wouldn't be the first time.
Maybe you're using too high of a resistor.
Yeah, does it?
The resistor. Yeah.
That's right. Lower your resistance.
Yes.
Yes.
And you need to tap into a capacitor
Until it hurts.
so you can store in that energy.
Now you're
And then it'll
preaching. Now you're preaching in my church, host.
Now you're leaving them bloody. That's good.
Yeah.
Now you're leaving them burned and bloody.
Get one of those transformers, man.
Yeah. And then you're going to touch it with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Maybe
So
with
what
a
do you
microchip.
think? What do you think, host?
About what?
We were talking about the alien invasion thing not being that.
You know, like I was continuing, I continued more about it in this week's episode. You guys will see, but once they eradicate NASA, I think that will be a prime opportunity to overtake any of the infrastructure they need to articulate any kind of
that
about a fake projection. I'm not talking about like literal projection like blue beam, but the projection of any kind of extraterrestrial manifestation. But I think they will eradicate
do
NASA.
that though.
What's up?
Why would they eradicate it? Why wouldn't they just make it look obsolete?
Well, they are. That's why I said, before I think the botchedness of the space thing, it's bad marketing, and I don't think the bad marketing was accidental. It's so that they can be replaced by privatization. And the privatization has a dualistic function. It's, of course, going to make people a lot of money, but also it's to eradicate NASA as an entity. And it's going to bring in a new entity, a privatized entity, that will be able to amplify any of these things without having any of this government interconnection. They could do whatever they want. They're a private entity.
By the way, host, I'm definitely on board with that now that I've been kind of thinking about it since our earlier discussion. That really does make sense. Yeah, it kind of fits the best.
And not only that, they've been talking about wanting to get rid of NASA. Multiple administrations have. They have always had problem with funding of NASA. And it has always been these long, prolonged delays with NASA. And so then the conclusion is, what are you going to do, NASA? And then NASA has an opportunity to do something, and what do they show the public? Botched. And that's the best you're going to get? And that's when I'm like, this is orchestrated. It has to be.
So I'm jumping ahead a little because I have to get this out before we run out of time because Noah Cloud has just become my new best friend. He just Noah Cloud. And Noah says, tech priests of Mars. Who wants to be a servitor? Now, this is all coming from Warhammer 40K, so I know that he knows about the lore, so he is absolutely awesome. But he says, this is great. From the weakness of the mind, O Messiah, save us. From the lies of the antipath, circuits preserve us. From the rage of the beast, iron protect us. From the temptations of the flesh, silica cleanse us. From the ravages of the destroyer, anima shield us. From this rotting cage of biomatter, machine God set us free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Awesome.
What a prayer.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Noah. That was absolutely awesome. You just made my day, my friend. You made my day.
What video game did that come from?
No, it's from a tabletop called Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer 40K. It's been around for about 40 years now, and it's prolific all over the world. It's a miniatures game, but there had been video games made out of it. There are novels that have been written. There's little miniatures that you can buy, put together, paint, and then use in the game. There's various versions of the game, the tabletop. It's just completely, it's massive, and I've been a fan since the beginning in the 90s, and I have a room in my house dedicated to all things Warhammer 40K. Yeah, so
now I know why you think we flew that chemical rocket with the CGI shit that we're seeing currently. You believe that narrative. I understand it more now. You have a Warhammer 40K room in your house. You have a shrine to bullshit.
Hey, listen, dude. Everybody needs a hobby.
Yeah, what are your hobbies, Tom?
Yeah, Tom. What's your
Believing
hobby?
NASA.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good pastime.
So you have a shrine of NASA in your kitchen or wherever you do it?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
That's
See,
fine.
that's Tom's hobby. That's it. Those
Oh,
covert
killing
missions.
colleagues?
Here's his.
Are you a colleague killer?
Is that why all these physicists are magically missing all of a sudden?
Wow. How do you do it? You choke them out?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. What is going on with that? Do you think that they're just like going and hanging out in like Aspen or something right now?
That's where Jim Carrey is.
Yeah, I think that deserves a little bit more.
What do you believe? I want to hear the boomer take. Come on. What do you believe?
Well, go ahead, Elder.
Well, geez, I mean, what reason would physicists have for disappearing voluntarily or?
Well, they're very proprietary physicists, is what's interesting.
Might be part of the job too. To be like, hey, you have to go at a moment's notice. It might be written into their contract, and they're not allowed to talk about it.
Or what if they finally crack the code for cold fusion, and the people involved in it, they're trying to get them out of sight and in protective custody because they know stuff now that
Why wouldn't they just go? Why wouldn't they just go? We'll kill you on air, Charlie Kirk style, if you run your mouth about it.
No, because once it comes out that it exists, they're going to be targets. I think. I mean, it's yeah. I see what you're saying. It's the people who would be like the alternate or not the alternate energy, the classical energy people versus the new alternative energy people.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd waste them for no reason. It just seems kind of wasteful.
Well, they're disappeared. They may not necessarily be dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that they got whacked. I think that they probably are like somewhere.
So they're either in protective custody from the companies that have employed them, protecting them and their knowledge, or the opposition has already gotten to them and either have them in custody for their knowledge or have killed them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
That makes
do you
sense.
think, host?
I think that deserves a pre-recorded episode. I have thought about talking about that because there are some they're very particular physicists. This is not intelligent people, just random physicists. They're particular physicists studying particular things. And like I say, if there's a correlation, even a small one, but there's a short window within those correlations, that's when my conspiratorial mind says, this has higher probability of being orchestrated than not. Correlations don't prove causations, but wider time spans, I give you that. Shorter time spans, that's like if Collie got whacked and then another random person named Collie got whacked and then another random person named Collie got whacked and this all happened within like 1 week. That's when I'm saying somebody's going after people called colleagues. Correlation isn't causation, but the time frame is what makes it more suspicious. And so when you can add multiple points of correlations, like they're all physicists, but then they're particular kinds of physicists, and then the window is shorter, that's when I say, this is a little bit more suspicious.
Right.
What's really suspicious is that it would seem that it was being put in your face for a reason. It's that people, like the fact that people are even talking about it at all is interesting. And the fact that it's everything so sloppy is interesting. Like, for instance, who's the woman that is like on TV and her mom got kidnapped and they can't find the body?
Oh yeah, Savannah. Is it
Guthrie? Right.
Guthrie. Yeah, Savannah Guthrie. Yeah.
So that whole thing happening looks like a giant cover up to all of these other people going missing because it's, you're adding it to a search engine, making it go up. It's like sloppy. And then everybody still finds out about it the same. I heard about these scientists going missing all at the same time. All at the same time. Just happened. And I think it started at like a Substack. So it's like, interesting. Interesting that you're putting that in our face.
Or here's another supposition. What if they need all these physicists in one place to work on a problem that
Why
exists?
would you
Like, let's
tell
say just
everybody?
for because they don't want to panic, because it's something like CERN has created a black hole, and if these guys can't figure out how to close it, we're all doomed.
But why would you tell everybody? You don't have to tell anybody.
Oh, why would you tell everybody?
Yeah, like it came out of like a random thing. Like
Yeah,
it's
but if the left
bullshit.
hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, I mean,
Right.
if some rando just happens to see in the news that these people are quote missing because someone reported them missing, and then people start putting up one of those walls of weird with
No, no,
the
no, no. It's not
with
one
the yarn
person.
and stuff.
It's eight people, and then someone's mom is the big front page, and then they go, it's all a big cover. It's weird, dude. It's weird. It's weird to like make that go to the top of the news cycles where now people are talking about it like on like CBS Miami.
Yeah, but don't you
Weird.
think truths can slip through the net of lies?
I
I mean,
think
just
bullshit
because
also slips through the net.
all right,
Don't you
so I
think
mean,
so?
it's like, well, yeah, but it's two sides.
I agree with you, but 8 people going missing that are very, very sensitive, and everybody's not being sure. Why wouldn't they just take that off of the internet? Like, why wouldn't they just delete it?
Sorry. I'm just answering.
That's a
Colleen.
good question.
It is a good question, and I listen. There was a line from Star Wars that I think is partially true, and I know it sounds silly, but Leia says the more systems you squeeze into your grasp, the more will slip through. And I think there is something to be said about the tighter you try to put on control on something, the more things are going to slip through the cracks. And there's not to say that
They
some
don't
things
have
we're
to
seeing in the news.
they don't have to do what you're saying, though. You're saying the Streisand effect, basically. And what I'm saying is you don't have to do the Streisand effect to just shadow ban someone and not even tell them that it's no one's looking at it. I just turn the volume down on you.
I don't know. It's interesting. So what? So
Islam?
I'm sorry. What is your
Islam?
take on it then, Tom? What do you think is the truth in this situation?
I just think that something's
Abi
happening.
Islam.
Something's being rolled out clearly. It's ham fisted, and it only gets people. People have been edging forever. They're eventually not going to be edging anymore. If you feel me, fellas.
Oh, I feel you.
I can't wait. Can't wait for that. But I guess my question is, why report about 8 missing physicists? Like, what could possibly be the end game in letting that news get out?
Changing the financial system.
Changing your energy structure.
Both.
Huh. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing the connection there.
No more oil-backed money. You have to do a big radical thing so people go, well, I want to be in the one world government that's going to be intergalactic. And all of your parents are definitely going to do that because they're going to go, Warhammer. I remember in Star Trek, Leia pulled her boobs out and said that. And you're going to get to that point where you're going to go, I remember Leia's boobs too. And I'm tired of edging. I'm tired of edging. I'm gonna die of edging and
Yeah,
my
but I still
electrolytes
don't
being
see
too
the
low.
correlation. Like, I'm not seeing a
Ow.
correlation.
Put my word. I'm
between-
gonna put me. Come back to this and put my word on it. Within the next 36 months, I can almost 99.9% guarantee there will be a new
Bug.
propulsion function.
for Terran or extra
No, you're going to see us within the next 36 months. There will
Yeah.
be a new propulsion function.
And old Tom will be out of business.
oh my goodness. Yeah.
But you know what they
I
say.
mean-
It's not the people who are getting the gold. It's the people selling the shovels. Just sell the shovels.
So you're talking about here, like for automobiles, planes, things like that?
No, you're going
Not-
to see it
not
more or
station.
less first.
They're just going to acknowledge it. You already see that.
This has to be a build-up because there's a lot to this. But there's a reason I'm saying this. But you're going to see it first probably utilized in aerospace.
That's what I was thinking, right? In other
But
words, the
it's not going to be
propulsion version.
militarized at first. It's going to be. There's a lot more to SpaceX than people can imagine, and the government's infrastructure with that. In the next 36 months, you're going to see something really interesting with propulsion.
I'm not surprised about that because I even heard something recently about they were really close to coming up with something that's going to revolutionize space travel. So
I wouldn't say going that far, but there will be something that, and then those will trickle off microcosms of effects. But I do think it's interesting about these physicists.
Oh, interesting.
This is what I'm saying. There's like a wider spectrum here, and I think it just needs a pre-recorded episode.
I don't understand how you don't see the connection.
Who, me?
No.
Oh, me.
My elder.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Host, can you check on colleague? I think he's having
He's over there just glitching out, and that's fine.
Yeah,
sometimes he needs that. You know, it's like
it's
like one of those stress tube toys or whatever he's got going on.
Maybe a drink of water. I don't know.
He's squeezing
That's
his
actually my
imaginary
face.
stress toys. That's fine.
I'm worried for him.
No, I already knew as soon as I opened the floodgates, he was going to glitch out. Now he needs that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Tom, I'm struggling. I guess I'm struggling a little with making the leap between the simple news that we got physicists missing.
That's not the only thing, though. But yes.
And then, oh, okay. And then, well, that's why I don't think you're. Yeah, okay. The blanks aren't being filled in, so I'm not seeing the connection, I guess. But yeah.
How many times have I told you, host? I'm pretty sure they're going to use an alien thing to change the financial system. And now we're in a big financial crisis every week. Every week we're like, if gas goes up $1 more, I'm gonna blow my head off. But first, my family's. And then you have like just crisis after crisis, people getting squeezed. And look at even the sector that it's pointed towards. What sector is being looked at? Oil.
Mm-hmm.
So again, there's all these little connections. You got to put them together. You got to take yourself out of your professor mind. Put yourself into like a guy that has like drawstrings and a bunch of articles hanging over his head, I guess.
Well, I already said the yarn and the tax, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They are connected, though. They're definitely connected.
Well, the interesting thing about the different subjects we talk about on this show is the fact that time will tell. You know,
I'm
time
telling
will tell
you,
which of us is correct, and
I don't know when
which of
I'm
us will
going to bring
predict
it out, but I'm telling you, there are multiple subsidies correlated with SpaceX. And there's a lot of smaller startups, and these startups are made to look the way they are, very speculatively.
I call them cutouts.
Yeah, but they are literally the real thing. And they always blow up in random times, too. That's what's interesting. They blow up at random times. And then what happens is they get bought out. And then you don't get to hear anything because they get covered up by the big company. And the more you look into the subsidies within SpaceX and then these very speculative startups, remember them and then watch them get bought out. That's when you're going to start to see things eventually trickle out. And I'm telling you, within 36 months, you're going to hear something.
Yeah, you know, and you have that's on recorded. You know, that's recorded today's date, time. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys. I mean, when something pops up even more, like when one of these startups get bought out, that's when I probably will do a lot more deeper dive, because then I'll be able to say, all right, because it's like a spider web. If this startup gets bought out, then I know this is the trajectory they're going.
Right.
If this one gets bought out, that's a different pathway. Because I'm not a psychic. I don't know which thing, but I know there's opportunities here. And I know there's multiple subsidies, and these subsidies have large amounts of investments, but they haven't dumped them yet. And SpaceX isn't going to be the one to do it directly. They're going to use a subsidy, and then they're going to buy these startups. And these startups are going to look stupid. They're going to look stupid.
Think about all of the connection there. Like, think about everything everything that people keep talking about, like that's a constraint. It's like AI is going to fail, this is going to fail, that's going to fail. We don't have enough gas to put in our car. Electric bills going up. It's acclamation, proclamation, yada yada yada. It's literally they're building up to that, like to such a high degree that the only thing that would open the floodgates is if something. I don't think it's going to be a discovery, though. I really don't. I
No,
think
no,
it's
I
going to be
don't. I don't believe it's a discovery. I believe it's already a pre-existing thing, but it's.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I mean the way it's presented.
You mean like a revolutionary discovery?
No, I mean like a person can't discover it. I think that like a thing has to discover it. Like a thing has to give it to you.
Oh, you're talking about like
changes the
an
narrative.
extraterrestrial entity or something.
You're a guy in a big suit, whatever.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm not going down that road. I guess that's a possibility. I'm thinking more on the linear.
You have to have the narrative around the financial system, the electronic money, the whole. If we use nuclear stuff, then there's a threat of waste, and it's climate change and carbon free. Blah 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 blah. It's all connected.
Yeah. Everything's connected if we in a microcosm sense, but I don't know. Like I said, I probably once I see one of these startups get bought out, I probably will do something then, because then I'll be more confident on what I can probably show as a possibility of where this is going to go. But I do believe there's a lot more to these physicists than meets the eye. And shout out to Noah Cloud. Yeah, you see it all the time, like Google buying a bunch of startups or something, and then it just seems to be, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. But does it really go nowhere? Does the tech that these startups have go nowhere? Think about Fitbit. So Google bought Fitbit. What does Fitbit do? Nobody even cares. But does that technology get obsolete? No, it gets integrated.
Yeah,
but
they're not buying the company; they're buying the rights to the technology.
Your example still shows that it's going to be under the same financial system. You're talking about companies still.
The financial system is its own thing, and I think
no, it's not.
I'm saying it needs to have its own conversation. Because
I mean, like when you're saying that those startups get bought out to then showcase this technology, inherently, if there's going to be a narrative surrounding it, it's going to come from something that isn't like a company. You know what I mean? It can't be like Lockheed Martin has it. It
won't be like that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That would need its own conversation. Like dealing with tokenization on like an auction-based marketplace for the future, dealing with energy, as in being energy will be auctioned comparative to demand-based. That's its whole other thing, and that's a whole different function of. That's a whole different function of transaction.
Why would it be auctioned?
So you could deal with prioritizing without dealing with bottlenecks. So if you can afford it, great. If you can't, well, you have to buy this cheap bunk technology, and that's really cheap. But if you need optimized technology, then it's
to push you into the financial system, though. They'll give you the free energy so they can wrap your hands around and have it handcuffed.
Right. But the really poor is always used to propagate their agenda because they always get things for free.
Yeah,
it's just like healthcare or anything else.
The point of all of this is to have unlimited energy
or anything else.
The point is to have unlimited energy, so then you can make it like the financial system is a golden handcuffs, and now you have to follow all the rules you're told.
All right, so and you guys can look into the tokenized structure of the energy auctioning function that already SpaceX is trying to employ. Not SpaceX, Tesla's trying to employ through an auctioning system, through tokenized auctioning systems. That's how they want to.
Though?
I didn't hear you.
Who cares though? Like it doesn't go to the total control thing because it still goes back to a single point. Remember decentralization? We had to decentralize everything. It'll be like
I don't know. I don't know how far they can go with that, but that itself would need another conversation. How far can decentralization go before it implodes?
Well, it's not the point. The point is if you had AI running everything and you had a decentralized money system that was controlled by AI, let's say, but you're totally screwed and you don't have a future, you don't believe you have a future, then Tesla can't come out with it because then you'll want to kill Elon if something happens.
Well, it's
But
not so much.
to
I
kill
think
it-
it's, again, I don't want to say, I'm saying Tesla because I know the structure that they're fundamentally trying to build on this idea. I think it's going to become a globalized structure, but it's just one of these infancy ideas of a whole new way of dealing with energy distribution. And it can be
Interesting.
done in a wide scale. It can be biased. It can be a class structure. And it can deal with still creating, it can still deal with creating a class structure, even if there was like a great reset.
Interesting.
Because I know even if they had a great reset, they're not going to want to make everybody equal.
Oh, that's
No.
for sure.
So they have to still keep this way of enforcing a class system.
I like how that's even been driven into people's heads that like we're not equal because different people do different things. And it's like, yeah, but like you are equal in your rights, dummy. So
Well,
if
we're equals as human beings.
well, yeah, but if people tell you about like when you start mixing that up with capitalism, it starts getting a little mucky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But if you just took like 10 random people from the planet, anywhere on the planet, 10 people, and put them in a room, you didn't know anything about them. They're 10 equal people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure, because you're an
Yeah.
American and you have American ideals. But if you go to Zimbabwe and you go, those are 10 people, put them to work barefoot and burning the gold out of electronics, you would go, well, I don't know. That doesn't seem humane. And you go, yeah, they're bugs. Get them to work.
yeah. Oh
They-
no, I
they-
hear you. It
they
was
love it.
more of an idealistic thought than realistic.
Well, you can't think idealistic when you're putting yourself in the shoes of these nut jobs. It's just not wise,
Okay,
you know?
True. But yeah,
Okay,
for my
then-
own sanity, I need to keep
I mean,
some
if you
idealistic
need
thoughts.
it, I'm still.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's why it's up here. I'm still peeking. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, that I do believe that's worthy of its own segment, and there's a
An
lot more
interesting one it'll be.
information than just me spitting off nuance and speculation. But I think that needs to be at its right time, so I can probably give a better assessment on that instead of it just being random. Because right now I'm telling you a lot of things that I actually do believe from what I've read, but I can't pinpoint the thing because there needs to be moves made before I can have a higher belief that this will probably be the means to go. But anyways, interesting stuff. I think it's great. Tune in this Saturday, episode 200, the opening of season 3. There's Easter eggs. We're not talking about Donald Duck or Bugs Bunny. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg.
Yeah, there you go. You got my reference.
I have so
No.
many questions.
But they're going to be backmasking that leads you to a certain website if you can catch it. There's going to be Morse code encrypted if you can catch it. There's going to be subliminal cut frames with documentation if you can catch it. And then there's going to be a continual puzzle for 1 week. And if you write it in the comments, you probably can help each other. Of course, we're going to give out a prize for that.
I was going to say, tell them the best part. Prizes.
But that's not the real thing. What's the real prize is what you find out at the end. If you follow this crumb trail, you're going to find out something that's going to lead you somewhere. And it's not OnlyFans.
I
A
think I'd rather,
$7 bag of Doritos.
No.
I'd rather get a Matrix Network pencil or eraser.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, we'll have some Matrix Network
cups,
merch. We'll give out some of that. We'll mail it
Shout
directly
out
to your
to,
house. We can do that, but
severance.
you guys will be able to see it. And so if you hear some weird sounds, some cryptic things, you see some cut frames, if you see whatever, I don't want to tell you everything.
No.
There's a method
Colleague
to the
having a nervous
madness.
breakdown.
There's going to be Easter eggs all over the thing. And we're going to try to do that every week so it can lead you guys down this path that I want you guys to see something. And sometimes you can't say things out loud, but if you volitionally choose to go down a path and you've accidentally find something, I'm not the one
You're gonna
that
get shot.
forced your hand, but you know what? You did find something.
There's I know we didn't get through all the chats, and thank you guys for all the writing you did. There's a lot of stuff in there today, and there's a lot of good stuff we just didn't get to, unfortunately. But I just want to mention this real quick. So there are two comments from Bean Burritos that just I had a laugh. One of them is they sent a bunch of dumb girls to space, but they won't send Elder. I'm pissed. I appreciate you being angry on my behalf. And the other one is from Bean Burritos. A colleague is touching his face, so I'm guessing he is in distress.
No, you didn't see that. That was all AI. That wasn't real. No, that happened.
That wasn't his face.
Yeah, you see this guy right here? That's Tom. Look at that face.
There I am.
Looks like Captain America.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
I feel like I work at NASA.
Yeah. The guy below you is the physicist that got abducted.
He's being probed.
Can't even say the word right now.
That guy's beneath me. And you guys didn't see anything.
You guys are, that's good. What about the guy that's under host? I don't know about that guy.
Oh, very good question.
That guy's practically in his lap.
I said the guy under host, not the guy under elder.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like if
Asian,
host put his body on there, it would look like you're in his lap.
I am not Asian.
Oh, shit.
I was Asian.
There's a guy on the bottom.
You walked right into that one.
And there's a guy up here. This is an interesting circle here, interesting panel.
I don't know. What's the connection?
It's fine.
Oh, jeez.
No harm, no foul.
We all have facial hair. How about that?
But anyways, I appreciate you guys chiming in. Always Tom, always Elder, always AI Matrix colleague here. But
Colleague hands.
I appreciate all you guys who did chime in. Frederick, Noah Cloud, Iron Man, as always. We had Jeremy in there. I posted the link, but you never chimed in. Bean Burritos, Slime Feeder. There's so many people that chimed in today. I appreciate all you, Frederick.
Iron Man's Jewish.
Yeah, those guys. And so I appreciate everybody tuning in. Tune in this Saturday. I think you guys will like it. And if you find any of the Easter eggs, put it in the comments. I'm interested to see if anybody actually finds the end information.
The end game.
Yeah. But anyways.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, yeah, of course. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Join if you want to financially help us.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button. Share the video and leave a comment as always.
Just do everything.
Yeah.
Do everything you can do on
do it everything
YouTube.
in one hit.
Anything. Just do it all.
Touch your head. Rub your tummy.
Yeah, at the same time.
I don't know about any of that. But anyways, as always, that's Collie. I'm host. That's Elder. And we appreciate Tom chiming in today. But until next time, this has been The Matrix.